Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Progressive Discussions. I'm your host, James P. Madonna, as seen on the web since 2007, and I welcome everyone to my weekly show. The week flies by very fast. So does the months, so does the years. We are we're towards the end. We are towards the end of February 2023 already. It's almost March. March goes in like a lion and comes out like a lamb. April showers brings May flowers. May flowers brings hay fever. Pollen, flower pollen, which are on the trees. They call it tree pollen, but it's really the flowers on the trees for those that are allergic. Then you have the grass pollen, which used to aggravate me. Grass pollen and ragweed in autumn. I used to get terrible hay fever, but my body changed. I don't get it anymore. Hey, Mr. Ronnie S. in Clearwater, Florida. Greetings to you and good evening. Mr. Bart Robinson in southwestern New Jersey. Good evening to Mr. Bart Robinson. Two great individuals, two pillars of society. I'm serious. I'm not joking. So how's everybody doing? Let me see if my chai tea with a lime wedge is still too hot. Remember how I used to get questions thrown at me? Hey, James, what are you drinking tonight? Well, I still tell them. I'm battling a head cold, but no fever or anything or anything. So you don't have any diarrhea coming out of your rear. Diarrhea coming out of your rear. You're not vomiting, but you have head congestion. Do you have any do you have any menthol eucalyptus chest rub? You can put, like I do, I put a little dab in each nostril, especially when I'm lying down, and you got the saline spray, nasal spray. There's a brand name called Ocean. Okay. Nothing survives salt. You shoot the salt water up there and it clears you right out. Just, make sure the sputum, which is a horrible word. Well, it's better than snot. Make sure you don't swallow it. Make sure you, well, like the old Italians off the boat used to go, like when they didn't have any tissues or hankies, where they used to go, and they used to shoot it right on the ground like a missile. It's disgusting. Handkerchiefs were disgusting. Could you imagine the poor older generation women that had to wash cloth diapers and snot-ridden handkerchiefs? Could you imagine that? Yeah. My friend from North Jersey who moved with his girlfriend to Jacksonville, they had some crazy weather. They had some cold days, but it's about 80 degrees there. So they did a what do you call it? They did a video chat with me as they were barbecuing. Sputum. Remember Felix Unger? Yeah, my chest is clear, but I'm blowing my nose constantly for the last 3 days. Hey, I do also. I've had sinusitis my whole life, and I believe it's allergy related. My doctor told me. I don't know what I'm allergic to now. Maybe with all the rain we've been getting practically every day. Maybe it's mold spores. I hear mold spores travel, they catch the wind currents and they travel all over. Could be that. Can't be dust mites because I get congested, Well, I'm less congested when I'm outside, when I'm out and about. Well, I hope you feel better. Okay, let me get on to the first subject at hand, which is really, really shocking. Let me see, is this it? Oh, yeah. Let me bring this up. Oh, skip the trial. Screw you. All right. Blow me. They're always throwing advertisements at you, no matter where you are on the internet. Bombardment. What the fuck? There we go. All right. Let me do a little share. Let me do a little screen share. For the first hour I have to get through my serious material, because what happens is if I send the links out too early, what happens is I get sidetracked by all the camaraderie and the banter back and forth, and I never get done with the material. Where the fuck is this? Ah, you fuck. Hold on. Blow. I can't believe how much fluid you can accumulate in your sinuses. Yeah, tell me about it. But that saline works. The brand name is called Ocean, but that's the Walgreens brand. It's called saline spray. Or you can make your own. You know, they have these neti pots. You know, I'm sure you can make your own saltwater solution and then put it in some kind of a, you know, like a little empty bottle, or even a very small spray bottle. Make sure it's clean. Yeah, amazing weather this time of year before it really heats up. Damn right. My dad always used a handkerchief back in the 60s, old school South Jersey hillbilly he was. No, it's not just South Jersey. Yeah, my grandparents, not my mother's generation, she thought it was disgusting. My grandparents' generation had the damn white handkerchiefs full of green snot. Wasn't that disgusting? Huh, horrible. Jacksonville. Yeah, it's I guess it's near Georgia, right? Not too far from Savannah, Georgia. Fort Myers is the low west coast of Florida. They're going towards the tip. It's near Naples, Marco Island. Yeah, that's why my aunt and uncle, when they were alive, that's why they eventually moved out of the Florida Keys. They got sick and tired of evacuating all the time. So many times, evacuation. Plus, when they got old, they needed to be closer to medical centers, which was not on the Florida Keys. But the Florida Keys are still awesome. Okay, here we go. Now, we've talked about climate change many times in the past, and we've talked about the reasons for climate change: of corporate greed, capitalism, corporate greed, killing the planet Earth, destroying our lovely home here. And this has to be, aside from the F4 tornadoes that touched down in southern New Jersey over a year ago, Tornado Alley tornadoes. This is another shocking evidence of climate change. Another example.
Californian town of Lake Hughes, whose scenery usually consists of dry hilltops, heat, and blue skies. But it was a delight for many, such as 11-year-old Jeremiah Dominguez.
I live where there's like no snow ever. Like the only snow I've got was hail in like first grade. And it's pretty exciting. We've been building snowmans and then breaking them, and we were shoveling snow all day. It's pretty fun.
While it's exciting for many residents, snow-covered roads have inconvenienced many commuters on Friday.
I couldn't go to work. We live on top of a hill, so all of our whole entire road was covered in snow.
A slow-moving winter storm over California on Friday triggered the first blizzard warning in parts of the Los Angeles area in 30 years. The famed Hollywood sign atop Mount Lee was barely visible behind a cloud of snowflakes. The snow was heaviest in the Cascades, Sierra Nevada, and coastal mountains. Social media videos showed white hilltops in Berkeley Hills. State highway authorities were forced to shut down the Interstate 5, a major north-south route. Another resident, Deanne Blunk, told Reuters she expects more extreme weather ahead.
A lot of people probably anticipated needing to stock up and having power outages and closures on the roads, which we've had before, especially with the mudslides and the flooding. I think that is one of the biggest concerns is we are looking at a lot of rainfall, snow, the snow will melt and the wind, and we worry about the mudslides and the flooding since we've had it twice already.
Even before the latest storm, much of California has experienced an unusually rainy, chilly winter. There was widespread flooding, felled trees, and mudslides in the state, long plagued by drought and wildfires. Experts say powerful winter storms, interspersed with extreme heat and dry spells, are symptoms of climate change, and they will grow more frequent and intense.
This is what a poorly insulated looks like. See if your home qualifies and make your house comfortable. We'll cover all upfront costs.
Pull it out of your ass. So there you go. They're killing the planet. Capitalism is killing the planet. Keep on destroying the trees of the rainforests for profit to sell the wood, which are the lungs of the planet Earth. Keep on allowing big oil to pour fluorocarbons into the atmosphere. You know, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Well, I hope everyone is able to hear the videos and not just see them. I have the next one set up. Let me just get a little caught up here. Tommy Carroll, how are you, sir? Good evening and Feliz Sábado. Happy Saturday. I use a nose spray called X-Clear. It contains some kind of natural ingredients. You know, you can't go wrong with plain old salt. I mean, I wouldn't use the cheap salt. I would get like kosher salt or something. You know, it's a better. It's one step up. I mean, I use only Himalayan pink salt when I'm cooking, but I never thought of using it up my nose because I don't want to waste highly nutritious good salt. So get whatever, you know, I mean, get sea salt. Real sea salt, that's genuine sea salt, is never pearly white. It's always like a grayish or pinkish color. That's something to look for, but use that. Okay. I gotta go through this routine again because these pencil neck geeks that own and run StreamYard, just like the hawk nose control freak geek Mark Zuckerberg, they don't want to make it easy for people. Pencil neck geeks. All right, here we go. Here we go. This should be interesting. Ronnie S. should be fascinated by this. Let's see if
This Intel Evo laptop gets it done.
Great. Client ate my old laptop. Not this time, Pete.
Work smarter with an Intel Evo laptop from Best Buy.
Blow it out of your ass.
The green dot means either the camera or the camera with a microphone are being used. To find out which apps are using your camera or microphone and even your location, swipe down from the top right corner of your iPhone screen. In this case, you can see Zoom, and if you tap there, you can see which apps specifically are using them so that you can know which to close.
That's it. iPhone users have been warned about a mysterious green dot that can mean they're being spied on. 3 years ago, Apple unveiled a feature for its phones that informs users to know when their microphone or camera is being accessed. Well, I have an Android, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. A green indicator means the camera is being accessed by an app. Okay. An orange dot means that the microphone is being used by an app. Okay, which means you're not using it, voluntarily using it. Apple's goal with this feature is to prevent malicious apps from spying on users. Well, that's nice of them. The tool does this by displaying either an orange dot, an orange square, or a green dot on the top right of your screen. What do these colors mean? I think you just said that. An orange dot means that the microphone is being used by an app. You just said that. This can appear as an orange square if the differentiate without color setting is on. So people with iPhones, please investigate this. All right. Get rid of that. And oh, no, we're going to save this for a little bit later. We're going to save this for a little bit later. Oh, no. Well, this is related to the derailment in Ohio with the toxic explosion, toxic chemical explosion. And everyone knows by now it starts with deregulation. Now you know why FDR wanted to start with regulations on corporations. Jesus, get back here. All right. Okay, I'm back. You hear me? Yeah, very strange, especially for Southern California. Mayor Pete looked just like a construction worker with his hard hat on. I wonder if he wears the hard hat when he meets up with his elite high political campaign contributors in the infamous wine cave. Right, I think it's in Indiana or something. He has a wine cave where he meets with the big shots. Well, I wonder if he wears the hard hat with a bright LED light on his head. Norfolk. Is it Norfolk or Norfolk? Norfolk? Norfolk. All right. Norfolk Southern, which spent $4 billion on stock buybacks last year, faces criticism for a $1 million fund for Ohio train derailment victims. That's it? $1 million for all the victims? That's not going to cut it. The railroad company has expanded its reimbursement program to include the entire zip code around East Palestine, Ohio. And there are people waiting in line in East Palestine, Ohio, to collect a $1,000 check and get reimbursed for expenses they incurred while they were evacuated following the February 3rd Suffolk Southern train derailment. The company could do a lot better than $1,000. The fuck is this? Hold on. I'm trying to answer it. Hello? Huh? Yeah. Okay. No problem. Sounds good. Oh. My right-hand man, Mick Von Raven, is on a date. It's not a date that he greatly looked forward to. It's just something to do on a Saturday night. There's not going to be any Saturday Night Fever, though. So he took her to dinner, which I'm surprised, but I guess I'll find out. Anyway, $1,000 each for the victims that they forced evacuation of. Norfolk Southern Corporation is facing criticism about the amount of financial support it has given to East Palestine, Ohio. See, I just said that before. In the wake of the train derailment that spewed toxic chemicals and forced residents to leave their homes for several days. As locals seek answers about whether the air is safe to breathe, the railroad company announced a $1 million fund for the affected community. Norfolk Southern has also distributed more than $1.7 million in direct financial support to more than 1,000 residents and a number of businesses, and donated $25,000 to the Red Cross, the company said. The state's Republican governor, Mike DeWine, said Norfolk Southern's financial gestures aren't yet sufficient. You damn right they're not. Well, they're going to hold their feet to the fire. There's no doubt about that. Some observers have pointed out that Norfolk Southern's value, which was $53 billion as of Friday, $53 billion, far eclipses donations the company has made since the February 3rd disaster. CNN anchor Jake Tapper, I know who that is, on Wednesday noted the disparity between Norfolk Southern's $1.3 billion quarterly income and the $1 million the company set aside for local families. You can't trust a corporate CEO. Norfolk Southern did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the criticisms of its donations. Yeah, because they're trying to screw the victims. Greed, 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 greed. The evil greed of capitalism, it never fails to expose itself. Unbelievable, huh? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, and I knew it. Let's see. What's this? Oh, okay. Little Bernie Sanders message, which I'm very happy to hear. Even though he has raisin balls, and he could have joined the Green Party with his massive following. He could have joined the Green Party, or he could have started another third independent Progressive People's Party. or he could have just continued to run as a progressive independent, but no, he kowtowed to the Democrat Party, the corrupt in bed with the oligarch Democrat Party. And all the people that donated small amounts of money, Joe Sixpacks all over America, he disrespected them by doing what he did. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Raisin balls. That's why I call him. But he's still a great man. Raisin Ball Sanders is still a great man. Fact. Here we go. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousin.
It's interesting to hear Senator Graham speak, because other than the partisan rhetoric, what you don't hear him talking about are, in fact, the most important issues facing this country. That's what the establishment does. Lindsey is a very good and effective representative of the establishment. Does Lindsey have a concern that we are the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people? That some 60,000 people a year die because they don't get to a doctor on time? I didn't hear much about that in that opening statement. Lindsey care that we have the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, and that the pharmaceutical industry right now has 1,500 paid lobbyists in Washington, D.C. to make sure that in some cases we pay 10 times more for the medicine that we need? Did Lindsey talk about the fact that we have in South Carolina and all over this country tens of millions of workers working for starvation wages? Did he talk about a corrupt political system in which billionaires today can start a super PAC? And I guess you have some familiarity with super PACs. They help fund your campaign. Who can spend unlimited amounts of money to elect candidates. You have the absurd situation where super PACs frequently spend more money than the candidates themselves. I didn't hear Lindsey talk about the crisis of climate change or the reality that scientists are telling us. It's not Bernie Sanders, Lindsey. This is what the best scientists in the world are telling us. We don't get our act together. The planet we're going to be leaving our kids and future generations will be becoming increasingly uninhabitable. Talking about great cities like Charleston, South Carolina. You're aware of that. Neighborhoods flooding. There are people who are thinking that not only Charleston, but Miami, New York City will be half underwater by the end of the century. You got to talk about that. You got to talk about income and wealth inequality. Do you have a concern that two people own more wealth than the bottom 42%? Do you have a concern in terms of corporate concentration of ownership? You got 3 Wall Street firms now, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, who control $20 trillion in assets. They control hundreds and hundreds of corporations throughout this country. Bottom line is we are moving toward oligarchy. And if we don't stand up and say that we need a government that represents working people and the middle class, I worry very much about the future of this country. And I hope you'll speak to some of those issues.
Okay. Mr. Bernie Sanders, that was a great speech. I will get right back to the comments. I just have to. Okay, I got 2 left. Interesting. I got 2 left. And they're pretty good. But before I finish off the 2 that are left, let me go back to Pete Buttigieg. The Buttigieg. I'm surprised he doesn't wear like a lycra spandex jumpsuit with a cape. I think he should. I don't think anybody in Washington ever wore a superhero outfit. What do you think, Ronnie S.? The quote Ronald Reagan, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help you." Well, my grandfather, when I was in high school, or was it grammar school? No, it was high school. So I was starting high school. He said to me, the Democrats will throw you a handful of crumbs and no more. Just to pacify you, you know. But the Republicans will give you absolutely nothing unless you're part of the top 2%. If you're part of the bottom 98%, don't expect anything. You know, so and as far as hitting up your local churches and your friends and relatives for money instead of the government taking care of you like they do in Scandinavian countries, that's not going to work. How could it work? The astronomical, ever-rising cost of living, the average wage that falls way below the cost of living at all times. Right? The minimum wage, which is the starvation wage. It's not going to happen. Under the system we have, it's not going to happen. Just like people that are progressives that are fanatically and obsessively trying to save the Democrat Party. They're trying to save them. They're trying to reform them. They're too far gone. They're too corrupt. They're in bed with the oligarch. You got to get the money out of politics. But how do you get the money out of politics? Unless you get rid of Citizens United, and maybe there's a chance. You know, meanwhile, politicians are continuing to meet with lobbyists and take the bribes. Jesse Ventura said when he was governor of Minnesota, he says a politician is really not obligated to meet with lobbyists if he or she does not want to. All right, that made a lot of sense. Yeah, well, Ronald Reagan is the one that changed the tax system, and who arranged it so the rich do not have to pay a high tax rate. They do not even have to pay their fair share in taxes, and he put the burden on the middle class. It was Ronald Reagan that changed the tax system that existed before Reagan. You know, a great Republican, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, just like the other great Republican, Teddy Roosevelt, he had a high tax rate on the rich, and those were the prosperity years, 1950s. Okay. All right, let me knock this one off. It's a good one. It's about the bird flu, the avian flu. Yeah, this is pretty scary. You know, I guess it was the book of Revelations, right? There are parts of the Bible that mention pestilence and disease and, you know, and things like that. But it's hitting us from all directions, really. Eagles are falling. Bears are going blind. They're talking about the bird flu. It's not just about the price of eggs, which are still high. The government will break your legs and then hand you a crutch and say they helped you. Well, the crutch is the crumbs that my grandfather was talking about. The crumbs, you know. There's no other example of getting crumbs from the government than social services and what you receive from unemployment. I mean, it's really pathetic. Ah, it really is compared to the cost of living. That's another story, you know, like the crooked landlords and the price of rents and, you know, and homes and, you know, astronomical mortgages, property taxes, you know. The high-rise apartment buildings right on the Hudson River down the hill from me, they're getting like $5,000 a month rent. Could you imagine counting out or signing a check or directly depositing $5,000 every month to some fucking landlord? Eagles are falling, bears are going blind. Bird flu is already a tragedy. By Catherine J. Wu. It was late fall of 2022 when David Stolnek, whatever the fuck, heard that bodies were raining from the sky. Stolnek, a wildlife biologist at the University of Georgia, was already fearing the worst. For months, wood ducks have been washing up on shorelines. Black vultures have been teetering out of treetops. But now thousands of ghostly white snow goose carcasses were strewn across agricultural fields in Louisiana, Missouri, and Arkansas. Snow goose? What are they doing that far south? The birds had tried to take flight, only to plunge back to the ground. They're sick, yeah. People were saying they were literally dropping down dead. Stolnek told me even before he and his team began testing specimens in the lab, they suspected they knew what they would find. Yet another crop of casualties from the deadly strain of avian influenza that had been tearing across North America for roughly a year. Months later, the bird flu outbreak continues to rage. An estimated 58.4 million domestic birds have died in the United States alone. Farms with known outbreaks have had to cull their chickens en masse, sending the cost of eggs soaring. No shit. Zoos have herded their birds indoors to shield them from encounters with infected waterfowl. The virus has been steadily trickling into mammalian populations. Foxes, bears, mink, whales, seals, on both land and sea, fueling fears that humans would be next. Well, we are mammals. Any creature that suckles its young with milk by way of teats is a mammal. Scientists maintain that the risk of sustained spread among people is very low, for now. But each additional detection of the virus is something warm-blooded and furry hints that the virus. The Atlantic has a tendency to do this. They give you a taste of the article and then it stops and then they want you to subscribe. Like I said before, blow it out of your ass. But we got the gist of it. We pretty much know what's going on. There's really nothing else to say here. Thank God. This is an interesting article for you folks. Okay. Crutch. She'll hand you a crutch. Okay. This is interesting. I wouldn't eat it, but interesting to say the least. It's the last one. It's the last article. Ooh, hold on. Okay. World's most advanced lab-grown meat facility opens in California. Cultured meat, lab-grown chicken. I think I'll pass. Oh, the font is so small, I can't read that. And I try to make it bigger. If you see this, folks, think hard about trying to eat lab-grown meat. It's disgusting. As people become more aware of the devastating environmental costs of animal agriculture, really? How come? Oh, they're talking about factory farms, where many years ago they didn't have these. There has been a veritable explosion in the number of plant-based alternatives hitting the shelves, with some promising vegan meat that's virtually indistinguishable from the real thing. One company named Upside Foods is ready and waiting to serve up an even more authentic experience. Real meat, but with none of the agriculture. Yeah, right. Yeah, what else is in there? Some strange DNA. Well, I'm not going to strain my eyes, but all I know is the meat, the vegan meat, not this lab-grown meat, but the vegan meat that's supposed to taste supposedly exactly like real meat, which I highly doubt. It costs more per pound than the real thing. So I had a choice. I would either listen to all of the hipster propaganda about the mock meat, the soy-based meat, and spend all that extra money, or I can continue to buy the grass-fed Black Angus real ground beef, where the cattle do not receive antibiotics or hormones, which is less money than the glorified, modified, new and improved tofu. You know what I mean? So I'd rather continue buying the real thing. Okay, and that concludes the articles. So now, if you just bear with me, I will distribute the links. Okay, I'll be right with you. Just You gotta love Wi-Fi that is working a little slow. Mm. Um, um, okay. Mm. Going a little slow here, man. It's really there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Hey. Does anyone in the chat have an unfounded fear or phobia? Unfounded is right. A lot of these phobias are unfounded. Like people that have arachnophobia, unless you're dealing with a highly toxic spider, like the Brazilian wandering spider that can kill you in a short amount of time. Black widow, what's the other one? Brown recluse, so on and so forth. You know, there are fear. There definitely a lot of phobias. Yeah, I'm not fond of heights either, Ronnie. Yes, I don't like heights. I'm very terrestrial. Very terrestrial. Hey, Western Mike. Michael Goldsmith Hilton, greetings to you from San Francisco, California. Well, he resides in San Francisco, California. Originally from the Chicago area, but how are you, sir? Let me think now. Well, I used to be afraid of living alone, but I got acclimated to it. And there are benefits to living alone. I'm not afraid of creepy crawlies because I've had a whole host of creepy crawlies as pets. I've had tarantulas, scorpions. Now I just have a lizard, but let me see. What other things? Well, I will never make the first move in initiating communication unless the other person sends me strong signals that they want to communicate. I have to receive signals. I'm not going to blindly try to talk to someone, you know, like these professional salespeople do. No, because I don't like it. I'm not fond of getting turned down, so I don't do it unless I see obvious signals. I guess I come from a small family, so, but it's just my sister and my brother and me, so we have a small family, and thank God I still have them. But aside from the general fears, like the planet Earth slowly meeting its demise, well, that's not a frivolous psychiatric phobia. That's a legitimate phobia. So right now I just have legitimate phobias, important things. But I know what you're talking about, Tommy Carroll. I know years ago I dated a female New York City police officer, Dominican girl, and she had a fear of frogs, believe it or not. New York City cop, and she had a fear of frogs, which are kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but because they're cute. I think they're cute. But not her. She didn't think they're cute. I would think the most common phobia would be arachnids. A fear of frogs. There are definitely many phobias, and they all have their own special name. Well, okay, Ronnie S. will be with us shortly. I did send the links out. So how has this crazy winter been treating everyone? I mean, I haven't seen a good snowfall in years. I would say the last good snowfall that I've seen was probably close to a decade ago in my hometown, but it all stopped. I mean, we have cold temperatures like this weekend. The low is getting into the low 20s Fahrenheit. That's below freezing, right? The high is a little above freezing here. I mean, during the day, daytime high. But the temperatures haven't been normal for this time of year in the winter to have snowfall. We've been getting a lot of rain, which would have been, who knows, nor'easters, or would have been blizzards in the old days when the temperature started at the frigid levels in December. We've had below freezing and into single digits starting in December and going into January, but we don't have that anymore. But we had a tremendous amount of rain. And if we had the temperatures, we would have been buried in snow like the old days. But hey, Los Angeles, who would ever think that LA would get a total of 12 inches of snow? Who would think that? Who would think that people in LA would not be able to drive to work because their street was packed with high snow? And they're not equipped to handle that. It's not like Buffalo, New York. You're talking about an area. Remember that there's an old hit 60s song, "It Doesn't Rain in Southern California"? I've been to San Diego. It's bone dry. There's not much humidity at all. The skies are clear every day. It doesn't rain. The temperatures are warm. That's why you see palm trees. and they have warm winters, relatively warm winters. I think the coldest it gets, from what that my friend told me, who's from San Diego, it says 50s. It gets down into the low 50s. That's like super cold in San Diego for the winter. Well, look at Florida before that. Remember the deep freeze that that affected the citrus growing industry, oranges and so on and so forth. They experienced freezing temperatures, and they were hoping it would kill off the invasive Burmese pythons and all the other invasive harmful creatures, but somehow they survived it. I mean, it did, for the most part, kill a lot of the invasives off, but they're still around. Well, the thing about death is the unknown. I mean, San Diego is great, especially if you go hiking in the Sonora Desert. You go down to Baja, Tijuana, Ensenada, Puerto Nuevo, Narita, all the way down to Cabo San Lucas, which I've been to all of them. It really is great. There's no mosquitoes there. But getting back to Tommy, it's the unknown that I think that people fear, the reason why they fear death. I mean, there's evidence that spirits exist, spiritual beings exist. Whether or not they're deceased relatives that are trying to tell you something, I don't know. Because, evil spirits, demons can shapeshift. They can look like anything they want. They can sound like anything they want. And there's no way to prove that what is communicating with you is the person that they claim to be. That's why the Ouija board is so dangerous. You can open up a portal, and if you don't know how to close the portal, these undesirable entities won't go back. They'll attach themselves to humans. They'll hang around you. So this is a problem. But yeah, fear of the unknown. I watch a lot of UFO programs, and I watch Ancient Aliens, and there's no doubt in my mind that there has been extraterrestrials visiting the Earth for tens of thousands of years. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, they've had some people blew the whistle that used to work at Area 51. Area 51, Area 52, and they said that they have had some live aliens that survived the crash, living and working and helping the scientists at Area 51, helping them to reverse engineer the technology that was available to them in the crash. I hope I didn't digress a little bit, but I know I did. Yeah, San Diego is a lovely place. The marina on the ocean, Pacific Ocean, the marina is really great. They have all kinds of events there. They have like several different craft breweries right in San Diego itself. Well, that, as far as West Coast United States, that was the first time I ever been to the West Coast United States. I've been to Acapulco in the 1980s, which is the West Coast, but it's West Coast Mexico. But as far as West Coast United States, I've only been to San Diego. Oh man. Give me about not even 20 seconds. 20 seconds. I'll be back in a super flash. Okay. Super flash. Oh, man. Lobo. Never rains in Southern California. It pours. Well, it pours now. Oh, Ecuador? Oh, that's great. Have you been to Guayaquil? Quito, the capital in the Andes Mountains. Quito, Ecuador, which is right on the equator. And Guayaquil is in on the southern Pacific coast. That's where when I used to work in a fish market, that's where we used to get all of our farm raised, well, the good farm raised shrimp are from Guayaquil, Ecuador. Okay, and Ecuador is north of Peru and south of Colombia. And the bad shrimp was the black tiger shrimp from Thailand, because they used to feed the shrimp disgusting things. Ugh. Did you go there with is your significant other Latina? Is she Ecuadorian? Because I've dated my share of Latinas. My ex-wife is Colombian. Then I was with the Colombian before that for 11 years. So I'm very well. I'm very familiar with Latin American food. There he is.
Hey, James.
Mr. Ronnie S. How you doing, man? You're on the porch, right?
Yep. I'm out on the balcony.
Balcony. And you have you know they have the yellow bug lights available in LED now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the bug resistant, because if you have a white light, every time you come home, you have to dodge 1,001.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, moths and
there's no out here. There's no netting. Some places have the netting.
Yeah,
but this is just it's an open balcony.
I used to have, before I got the LED bug light, which is a yellow bulb, I used to have this praying mantis that used to hang out near the porch light, because he had like a buffet with all the flying insects, and he would just hang out, lashing out, grabbing well, he had to grab a lot of them because they were small.
I've seen praying mantises here.
Oh, yeah, you got plenty of mantises there.
Yeah. So today was the spring training, first day of spring training here in Florida.
Now, the Yankees train by you, right?
Tampa, yep.
Tampa.
I got a lot. There's so in Clearwater is the Phillies. The next town over is called Dunedin. That's where the Toronto Blue Jays have their spring training.
Dunedin?
Dunedin is called.
Oh,
it's
like if a man is doing cunnilingus to a woman and then he finishes, that would be Dunedin?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. And then in Tampa, there's the Yankees.
I think Fort Myers is the Red Sox.
Yeah, I think it is. And then there's a town called Bradenton in between. That's where the Pirates are at.
Bradenton, Florida. Yeah, that's where Paul Orndorff, I believe, is from.
Oh, really?
Was from. May he rest in peace. Where are the Mets?
Mets are in Port St. Lucie on the East Coast.
East Coast. Yeah, Port St. Lucie is like south of Daytona, way south of Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
St. Augustine, Daytona, Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral. Then Port St. Lucie will be
A little bit south of that.
further south, right?
Yeah. It's not too far south, though.
Yeah, I had relatives that lived in Flagler Beach, which is north.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's north of St. Augustine, I think.
And the Mets used to play in St. Petersburg a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, Port St. Lucie is actually, I don't know how it is now, but I was told that he used to be a nice place.
I've actually never been.
I was very impressed with Jupiter, Florida, where Burt Reynolds is from. Jupiter is like north of West Palm Beach, Juneau.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I've never been there.
Juneau Beach. Yeah, Cocoa Beach would be like where
Cocoa Beach
would be like I Dream of Jeannie was.
What is that? What that was filmed?
Well, they were billed. It was probably not even filmed in L.A. But they.
Oh, but that's where they said it was at.
Yeah, Cocoa Beach because of Cape Canaveral.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
I used to watch that show on Nick at Night when I was a kid, and I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, she, you know what ended the series when they decided that Jeannie was going to become a mortal woman and marry Major
Oh, really?
Nelson. And
Yeah,
and
she
it's-
married the guy, right?
She married Larry Hagman on the show, Major Anthony Nelson, and that's what killed it. That's what killed it for the audience,
It was on for quite a while though. How many seasons? Yeah.
And it was successful,
Yeah, it was started in black and white, and then they went to color.
Yeah. Now, of course, with Gilligan's Island, they had many chances to get rescued, but Gilligan screwed it up.
I watched that show, but not that much.
Well, it used to piss me off because they could have gotten rescued from day one, but I thought, well, how if this is a remote island, how come all these guest stars would be showing up on the island?
Oh, really? I don't know.
When the guest stars leave, how come they didn't take the crew with them?
They had guest stars. That's crazy.
Yeah, they had they had guest stars. And
what was their excuse for being there?
I don't know. Be honest.
Now, did you watch that show in its original airing?
Masumi's coming. She is.
Masumi.
She's been getting so many customers at the salon, and she's taking care of them by herself, and she's been really working hard, and but she'll pop up.
Anyway, yeah, she joined a few times, right?
A couple times. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, she came on. Yeah, she's really been swamped with customers, and
what does she do?
She does eyelash stuff, eyebrows, eyelashes, and facials. But these women come in and they want to get their eyelashes permed, and the women that have no eyebrows at all, they're bald. They get these eyebrow tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and all different stuff, you know. And then, but if the woman wants eyebrows, eyelashes, and a facial, that takes time. That takes
Mm-hmm.
a long while. But she's been swamped.
So James, I think I'm just about over these lingering effects of the COVID. For a while, I had the phlegmy throat. It was annoying. I had to keep clearing my throat. I think I'm pretty good now.
Okay, have you been taking your body temperature regularly?
No.
Because I have the gun, the infrared gun,
I haven't been doing that.
battery. You know, the one to.
I've been taking Mucinex, or yeah, it's actually like a generic brand of Mucinex, but that seems to have done it. It was a good 2 weeks though. Like, so when I had it for about, I was sick for about 2 days, like just with the cold, sore throat type symptoms, but that was it.
But
By the third day, I felt fine, but I had these lingering effects of like a phlegminess in my throat. It was really annoying.
Well, you know what that is? That's postnasal drip. It comes from your sinuses and it runs in the back of your throat. It runs down the back of your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And the COVID is, I don't know if it's consciously doing it, but they're trying to get into your lungs, and that's what you don't want. So it was recommended that people gargle with hydrogen peroxide to kill it in the throat before it gets into your lungs.
Oh, you told me that, right?
Yeah, that's what I never had it.
You never had it?
Not that I know of.
It took me 3 years, James. I never got it, and I was thinking I wasn't gonna get it. This fucking lady at my job, she's my office mate. It's just me and her in the office, in the one room. She comes in coughing up a storm
without covering her mouth.
Well, she thought she had something. She was like, she actually caught it from somebody else at the office. So that person was out, but then she came in. This lady came in. She came in with a mask, but when she's walking around the office, she's wearing a mask. But when she came to sit down in the office at the computer, she had it hanging from her ear. So she just went around, look with a mask for theater, just for looks.
So she's blowing her respiratory droplets.
Yeah, she was coughing like crazy, man. I was really annoyed when I got it because, it was just so stupid. Like, why did you do that?
If you're sick, people out there, if you're sick, stay the hell home. Don't go to work and get other people sick.
James, I can't even tell you. I was pretty mad, man. 3 years going on, and I never took all these crazy precautions, nothing like that. But I guess I was never right next to somebody who was, coughing crazy like that.
And if you have a kid, you people out there, if you have a kid that's sick like that, don't send him to school, because he goes to school.
It's just common sense.
Kids touch everything. Kids, they sneeze and cough without covering their mouth. They touch the doorknob.
Sure.
Like little toddlers. They touch everything, and then the teacher gets sick. Then she brings it home to her family.
It's no different than a cold or whatever you have. If you feel sick, you just stay home. That's always been the case.
It's common sense.
It's common sense. Yeah.
See, what I do here is I showed what's his name? Has sinusitis, postnasal drip. Bart Robinson. They have a product called Ocean, but you don't need Ocean. You can either make your own salt water, or you can buy the saline nasal spray from pharmacy, and that gets rid of it. A little of this by your nostrils clear would help with congestion.
What was the first one? Put that up again.
It's salt water. It's saline.
Walgreens.
It's like there's a brand called Ocean, but you can get the generic, and it's salt water. It's like if you had a little spray bottle and you made your own salt water, and it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the name brand is Ocean. But
James, you're go ahead.
No, go ahead, talk.
I was just going to change the subject.
Go ahead.
So you're a Yankees fan?
Well, I like the Red Sox.
I like the Red Sox, really?
Yeah, I like the thing with the Yankees is
I saw you put on Facebook with something with the original Yankee Stadium.
yeah, 1921. I think 1921.
Yeah, that's when the original stadium first opened.
Now Fenway Park opened up in 1912.
Before that,
1912.
yeah. And Wrigley, when was Wrigley? Like 1916, something like that?
Yeah, that's the second oldest ballpark, Wrigley Field. So Fenway Park is a historic landmark.
Oh yeah,
you might as well say. I mean, 1912.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, Eric says it's not comfortable because
it's not modern.
I says, why is it? What's the problem with Fenway? He says, well, if you're sitting in Fenway, facing first base,
mm-hmm.
all the seats are like on a diagonal pointed towards the outfield.
Really?
I says,
why would they do that?
Yeah, why would they do that?
That's kind of weird. Oh, partaking in the Corona.
Partaking, yes.
Yeah, just taking it easy tonight. Saturday night, have a few beers.
Yeah.
Tell you, man, James, it's been beautiful weather down here the past week or two. 80 degrees every day.
Yeah, not too humid, right?
Not too humid, no.
Because I know
it's really a nice time of year down here.
Because I know you guys on the Gulf Coast, when summertime approaches.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. Come like June through like September, it's really, really hot.
So after Memorial Day weekend is when the steam bath kicks in.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, it actually came early this year, but normally it's like March through May. Probably like the three most perfect months. There's blue skies every day, and it's not the rainy season yet, so you don't get the rain every day. You don't get the humidity. Yeah. It's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Yeah. Because I was in Palm Beach in the end of July, and it was the steam bath of all steam baths.
It is, yeah. It's hot.
But that's it. That's Florida, you know what I mean? But you have the pool.
Exactly.
Is there any like shade areas around the pool somewhere?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course there is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got your lounge chair. You bring a cooler.
Yeah, you can go to the beach, and then if you're you got AC. Everybody has AC, so
well, you need it.
I mean, you can definitely do it. It's hot. Like, so my family came down for the first time in like 2021 to visit in August, and they said it was too hot. But I guess it's not for everybody.
Yeah. See, I like the pool side because aside from when I used to go surf fishing a lot, and that's different because you're there to fish. You got the cap on. You got.
Where?
You're not there to go swimming, but to go on the beach in a bathing suit, all that salt, the heat, the salt there, all the salt gets all over you, and you have to shower.
You don't like it?
Well, you got to have a shower to get the salt.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
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 I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I grew up going to the beach on Long Island. I mean, obviously, it was only in the summertime, but not the Hamptons. No, Robert Moses Beach, Jones Beach,
Fire Island.
Fire Island, yeah, Fire Island is beautiful, man. I love Fire Island in the summertime. It's great. It's really, really nice.
Well, when you look at the map of Long Island, it's like the whole, except for Montauk Point, the whole thing is beach, right? I mean,
no, Not the whole thing.
Well,
I mean, you can live in the center of the island.
there's Long Island. What I mean is that it's kind of shaped like Cuba. It's long.
It's shaped like a fish. They say, at the end where the Hamptons are is the mouth, and then the rest is the body.
Is the body? Yeah. And the long. Hey, Mick Fon.
Hey, what's up, Mick?
Try again, but my voice is echoing back. Yeah. Do what you did last time. Yeah.
I also used to go to the Jersey Shore over where you are.
Yeah. Well, I used to go fishing at the designated surf fishing beach at Sandy Hook, which happened to be next to the nude beach.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go.
Hey,
What's going on?
Rodney. What's
What's
up?
going on,
Happy Saturday night, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Saturday night to you. Saturday Night Fever. Staying alive. Staying
You
alive.
got any THC juices or any of that stuff?
I went and took an edible before I got on.
All right, cool. I might do a little smoke.
Edible man, do what you can. Be the edible man.
Edible man.
I took an edible last night to go to sleep, and I drank a couple of Ace Cider 6.9, and I woke up with a mini. How do I say it? I didn't have a hangover, but a tiny remnants of one, and I ended up sleeping late because I went to bed late. So here I am, Lord. Take me as I am.
I gotta look for that. Ace, Joker,
And
Imperial,
also
Hearts-
blood red orange. You need the other one. It's no sugar added. Let's see which one I'm gonna have. I already had it. Maybe I should have a beer. Hold on.
Yeah,
I want to
because,
show you.
You know, I was disappointed that the Magners hard cider from Ireland had sugar added to it.
Magners is not. It's not a high enough alcohol. Hold on. Can you see it, James?
Yep. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me solo you. All right.
Ace. I'm apparently a salesman for Ace Cider now.
Yeah. Move it over more so we could see the label. There you go. Blood orange, Ace.
No sugar added. 6.9% alcohol.
No, but it looks very refreshing.
Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious. Ace is my favorite cider. Yeah, it's the way to go.
Good. It looks good. I want to try that Imperial. That's 8.4%. The Imperial Ace Joker. Do they have a raspberry?
Maybe. They might.
Wonder why they call it raspberry. It's spelled R-A-S-P. Rasp. Rasp.
That's how I pronounce it.
Rasp.
I pronounce it like that.
Hey, Daryl Messias from Northern California. Hey, what's going on in Los Angeles, Daryl? They had a foot of snow.
Really?
I heard it. Yeah, they had a foot of snow. You can't see the Hollywood sign up on the hill. It's all like foggy.
You serious?
They showed photos of it. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's climate change for you. You know it doesn't exist though. You know that, right?
Nope.
Doesn't exist. No, it's a figment of your imagination.
It's a fig Newton of your imagination.
I used to like fig Newtons. It's too much sugar in some of them.
And did you know that Reese's peanut butter cup used to have real peanut butter inside?
What does it have now?
Some synthetic shit.
Well, it's got peanut butter that they remove the peanut oil, which is more valuable, and they put in flaxseed oil or something else. And it's weird.
Where is Daryl?
It's in Southern California.
Yeah, he's like
Wait, is it northern?
no, he's not in Southern. He's
Oh yeah, it's northern. Where are the crops? Where's Valencia?
I
don't know.
That has to be Southern California, I believe.
They grow citrus there, don't they?
Valencia has everything. It's just a wonderful place to grow food. And
Well,
like Valencia, they'll say a Valencia orange, a Valencia peanut. It's all large and really meaty, whatever they make in Valencia. It's a
I
great
think there's
place.
a Valencia in Spain.
there's
Yeah,
there's
the
there's a town in California going north that's famous for artichokes. There's Gilroy, which is garlic, the garlic
Nice.
capital of the world. There's Monterey. Now this is great. Monterey, California has a calamari festival once a year.
Oh,
What
wow.
about the Monterey cheese?
Monterey Jack?
Monterey Jack. No,
Yeah,
different Monterey. Yeah.
Monterey Jack Mehoff.
Now was there a guy from Monterey named Jack that created the cheese, or did he jack off into his cheese?
I think it was Dick cheese, and they made a fine cheese out of it. All right, we're going nutty right away. Get it, nutty?
Now what about Monterey Jack's special from under cheese
From underwear.
or toe cheese? You know, people who have smelly feet, toe cheese.
Women prefer Dick cheese, I believe.
Well, you know, my brother-in-law, he gave me this assorted grab bag for Christmas, and one of the items I showed you was a genital deodorant.
Well, get that shit going. Oh, we're gonna get on that subject again. Let's talk about vaginas, okay? Let me stop you right there. No.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yes, God bless you too as well.
Are you going to bed already? Holy mackerel.
Well, if you had the right woman, you'd be going to bed too.
What about Saturday Night Fever?
Staying alive. I'm
Well,
not known for my singing voice, so don't you can stop me anytime.
I hope you're not getting offended by our free-form banter.
Well, those that are offended should really take a good look at themselves, because this country was founded on free speech, and let's just keep it free.
Yeah, well,
right?
I think that that the First Amendment is very important, and you know, of course, you shouldn't scream fire in a crowded movie theater, unless.
Hey, you forgot to say rape or pillage when you belch. You have to. It's part of to say rape, pillage. You know, that's mandatory. Anyone belching has to say rape or pillage while they're belching.
What's plunder? Like the Vikings, they
you could do plunder as well. We could add plunder, rape, pillage, and plunder. There you go. There's three of us. There's three sayings.
What does plunder mean? What's a plunder?
When you take someone's goods, I'm like, if I came to your house and robbed you, that'd be plunder.
Plunder is from under. You plunder
from under. Yes.
Good morning, my dear Masumi. It is now.
Greetings.
It is now I believe it is. No, what am I saying? It is morning. Something's wrong with my computer clock. It's all screwed up. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get the right time.
Good morning, Masumi. Greetings, Masuni-san.
Is 11:38 a.m. Sunday in Tokyo. So
happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. A Feliz Domingo in Spanish. Feliz Domingo to you.
How do you say that in Japanese?
I don't know.
Feliz Domingo. How was that?
No, that's Spanish. Happy Sunday.
I know. I tried to do it with a Japanese accent as a joke, as a bad joke.
How many customers, Masumi? How many customers do you have today?
Went to a place called Uncle Julio's for dinner with a young lady. And the dinner was good, except I asked for medium rare steak. It was well done in some spots. And I send food back because, they take turns spitting on it.
You know what? Nope. Very few places have a cook that knows how to properly cook beef. Like if you say medium rare, it ends up being closer to medium. Like they always overcook like one step
Yes.
above what you
I just
have.
say well done. No pink.
Yeah, I gotta have.
Oh God, I
gotta
do
have-
not like well done meat. It tastes different.
Well,
It does.
it's
Yeah.
dry. It's dry. I mean, like Burger King, everything's well done, right? Of course.
Yeah. Burger King uses garbage meat. Don't eat there.
No, I
Chicken
don't.
might be okay.
I don't. For fast food, the
I
last.
used to work at Burger King.
Yeah, me too. When I was a kid.
Ronnie, that answers everything. About whoa.
I like Popeyes. I mean, I used to like, and then Popeyes
Yeah,
got everything started getting too salty.
Yeah, well, fast food sucks. It doesn't matter where you
Yeah,
go.
you're right.
it tastes good, but it's not good for you.
That's why I got my favorite Chinese takeout. They deliver.
They call that the false promise of fast food.
False promise. There's Mexican delivery. There's an Indian restaurant. Hopefully, there's no. They don't use the sweat off of elephant scrotum in their for flavoring.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Well, you know the Ganges River. They supposedly do everything in the Ganges, but it's a holy river. It's like
No,
the water.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
The
to them,
Ganges?
it's like holy water.
Wow.
Yeah, he had some. He'll be back. He just had some.
Yeah.
He's got an Apple. He's got iPhone. That's why this problem.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, it's not compatible with streaming.
Yeah, it sucks. I have an iPhone too. I don't even bother trying to join with an iPhone.
You know what happened when I have my iPhone? I always like to use Google Chrome as my browser, right?
Yeah.
But every time I went
You have to
live,
use Safari.
they forced Safari on you.
Yeah. But no, you can download the Google app, and I think you can use it. You just gotta like change the settings. The default is the Safari.
Yeah, that doesn't work with a lot of software.
But you don't have to use that.
Hey, what happened to Mike? Was Mike? Let me see if he sent me a message.
I saw he was in the chat, right?
Yeah, he stopped by and say hello, but he usually comes on. Let me see if he sent me a message. No, he didn't send me.
I'll be right back, James.
He didn't send me anything. Anyway, all right, I'll just play a little Tijuana Brass. Masumi has 5 customers again.
Back again? Hey, I can hear you.
This is
Sorry.
probably four days in a row, right? This is like every day you have 5 customers.
Hey, sorry
Maybe
guys,
it's
I had a
the,
phone call I had to take, so I didn't end up getting the call again, you know.
Your date wanted to know if you got home safe.
No, it was a friend.
Oh, okay.
I did grab a beer instead of a cider. I had 2 ciders last night, so I grabbed Paulina.
Oh, Polliner. Yeah.
Polliner, 5.8%. So that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, if you have too many ciders, wouldn't that like knock your blood sugar up?
I have 2 normally.
Yeah, the dry one is the Imperial. That was a dry, right?
Well, the ones I have are the Blood Red is no sugar added, and then the Joker is low sugar. So I had those 2, and the one that's 8.4 is also dry.
8.4 is also dry.
Yeah, I don't drink sweet ciders really.
That's why I didn't like wood
Yeah,
chuck.
Magners. What?
Magners, Woodchuck, and Angry Orchard. They're all sweet.
Woodchuck does have a dry one. Dark and Dry is the name of it.
Magners actually has added sugar to their hard cider. I don't know why a company needs to add sugar to a product that is made from fruit.
It's a commercial thing. They want to make, women want it and stuff like that.
You know what? Just enjoy the flavor of the fruit, for God's sake.
Yeah, Magners is usually also lower alcohol content.
Yeah, there was no kick to it compared
No, it's really like 4.4% usually.
like the ones, the Imperial ones that Jason Cleveland sent me from Washington State. They had kick. They had kick.
Yeah, you're going to want that. You need the kick.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I drink that 6.9 or the 8.4. I get a nice kick in the dick.
Well, it's more refreshing too. I noticed that the dry Imperial hard cider is more like refreshing. Like it's more like it's got a bite to it when you swallow it. There's
Yes.
a bite to it.
Is Ronnie's screensaver look just like when he was there before, or?
No, he just left it the way it was. His front
Oh,
porch.
he must have one of those holders that holds the phone, a stick or whatever.
Yeah, I have so many phone holders. My sister for Christmas gave me a tripod for the phone that extends almost as tall as I am.
I've often been mistaken for a tripod when I'm in the nude.
So you're Mick the tripod Von Raven.
Oh, just kidding.
Are you going to put that on your Facebook profile? The Mick the tripod.
And listen, the new thing at Facebook is to say my account's been hacked, but I don't have to reset my password. That's the new thing with them. They did it to me today before I left, and I like to post where I'm at and stuff. So I quickly went, and no new password, just the same BS. And I said to them, I sent the screenshot, said I haven't been hacked. So
I despise changing my password.
yeah, they stopped after I had a live chat with them. I did see a blues show last night. Eric Gales, that was fun. His late brother, Little Jimmy King, was quite a guitarist. He died at a young age of a heart attack, unfortunately. Little Jimmy King. He died when he was got in his 30s. It was tragic. And I don't know if it was a drug-induced heart attack, but either way, it's sad.
Oh yeah, if it's premature death, of course.
Yeah, 30s is way premature. I had a good time. This guy last night was very human. He talked about his drug addiction for years and how he's been sober. And his wife is in the band, and she's beautiful. She had like an afro wig on, and she sang a tune and played some percussion. She was talented, so that was fun. Well, speaking of smoking, Ronnie, enjoy a couple of tokes. I went edible. I'm trying to avoid putting more smoke into my lungs since I've smoked cigarettes. I quit 35.
I understand that. Yeah.
I quit 35 years ago, cigarettes, and I did do some vaping of weed recently, and I think I'm adjusting to edibles and drinks. That's the route I'm going to take. And just because it's I'm not advocating someone to do one or the other, but that's what's going to be good for me.
Edibles
Personally,
I like the edibles,
and I
like the gummies. You put it in your mouth, and yeah.
They also have these jelly ones that are good. And here's the thing: you also don't take more edibles if you don't think you're getting high.
No,
readjust next time.
I've done that before.
Oh, taking more?
Yeah. When I
heard that's when it can go south on you, and you can get paranoid and stuff, and be too.
No, I mean
up.
it's nothing that serious, but.
But you've heard in Colorado there was people like overdosing on edibles, right? When it first got them.
No, I never heard that.
Yeah, they were eating way too many. They did. I'm not high. I took more and more. Like right now, I took an edible.
It takes a while to kick in. Yeah.
relationship. I don't have that. You can't fake attraction. You just can't do it.
To what? What are you talking about?
I had a date tonight.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I'm sorry if I didn't mention that. I went to Uncle Julio's. That's where I had the steak that was not truly rare like I wanted. And the young lady paid for everything. I offered to pay for the tip. She wouldn't take any money. So that was
Nice of her.
yeah. I paid last time. I gave her a little smooch on the cheek, but I just don't see myself physically attracted. And like I
But
was
you
just
went
saying,
on. You went on a second date.
to see if it was anything there, and there's not. I don't feel the chemistry.
All right.
Yeah, what would Chuck Woolery say? Okay, well, keep on trying then. I can't remember what he'd say.
Yeah. Who?
Chuck Woolery with the Matt. What was it called again?
I don't know.
It was one of the first dating thing. They used to have the dating game, and this was on after it, where a guy and a girl would go out. James, do you remember the name of that Chuck Woolery?
Newlywed Game?
No, the one after. Dating. There's dating game and Newlywed, but then later on there was a dating game with Chuck Woolery, and they'd pay for the date if they wanted to go on one, a second one, or something. Was it Love Connect? Love Connect or
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that.
Love something?
Mm-hmm. Was it an old show?
Yeah, from the 80s.
Okay. There was something similar. It was called Blind Date. It was like a reality show.
That was later. That was like in the 90s.
The early 2000s or so.
Yeah.
You've seen that? I used to watch that.
Rape. I didn't get a full rape out. Sorry, I was partially belching.
I remember the dating game when like they had like secret celebrity bachelors.
They had a serial killer on the dating game.
Oh gee.
Yeah, it's true. Look it up.
Well, they don't vet them, right? They don't do anything like that.
I don't know, but you don't know the guy's a serial killer. He was caught later on.
How are you gonna know?
Yeah, so isn't that if you Google that, it'll be true. They found another.
I believe it.
I think they figured out another cold case, and it was Ted. What was that? Ted Bundy's. Yeah, another Ted Bundy victim from a cigarette stub. The DNA. I believe I saw Ted Bundy's. They're solving old cases now. They solved a 100-year-old case recently, I believe, with DNA evidence.
What about the infamous Zodiac killer?
That amazes me that they weren't able to catch him. And here's the thing. Yeah, thanks a lot, Daryl. Yes, Love Connection. Thank you. The thing about him and also some of Son of Sam punish people for fornicating. That's just brutal. That's brutal.
Oh, that's what Son of Sam did, right?
Yeah, he'd go on couples and shoot them in their car when they were getting it on.
Was it true he was like targeting blonde girls?
I don't remember. I was too young when it happened. I heard about it.
I think it was brunette girls, and then so everybody in the neighborhood would, or all the girls
dye their hair.
Were wearing like blonde wigs.
Wow, that's some brutal stuff. I love brunettes myself. I'm a brunette man. I'll go out with a blonde though if I like her, but
yeah, but not to bump them off. You like them.
Oh, I'm changing the subject back to romance like I usually do, guys. Guys. You know me. I'm gonna pull it back to pussy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a guest bachelor one time on the dating game.
Really?
Yeah, this is when he was in his prime.
Oh, well, the steroids took full effect, you mean?
Yeah, he used to
he was a steroid user. Yeah.
Now when he gets interviewed, he says he dabbles around competition time. He just dabbles. But
you mean back then he would say that?
Well, he says that during interviews now that I just dabbled around.
Oh, in the past. Okay, yeah.
But I heard he sucked them down.
Well, how else did he get that big? It's not natural.
Diana Ball, those pink Diana Ball tablets there. You know, I used to suck them down.
Didn't a bodybuilder pass away like last year? A really well known one, a black gentleman.
Hey, James, what happened to Hulk Hogan?
A lot of Hogan, the leg drop, totally screwed up his.
Well,
back.
what's going on right now?
Oh, they act
can't
like
feel
he
his
had
leg?
cancer the way they're talking in headlines. They misrepresent in the headlines.
He can't feel his legs anymore. He had like a fusion surgery. There's like
That's never good, by the way. Fusion surgery is a last ditch
that's
effort.
just recent.
It's like a metal rod or something.
It's just a recent thing because he was fine.
Did you hear Richard Belzer passed away?
Yeah, I know he does.
And he called out Hogan saying it was a hoax, and Hogan got him in a headlock and knocked him unconscious, and he sued Hulk Hogan. He woke up in the hospital.
Yeah. That was like 84. Right?
Yeah,
84,
I heard
85.
about it.
That was after John Stossel got slugged by Dr. D. David Schultz. Dr. David Schultz.
Yeah.
He got smacked. I'm sorry. Not
And then
smacked.
Dr. Schultz got like blackballed from the business.
Yeah, because of a lawsuit, maybe. But he was under
But Hulk
contract.
Hogan didn't.
Well, he was under contract with Vince.
Well, he didn't do it to another wrestler is the thing. I think why. Belzer was a comedian. Ronnie, do you smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Quit now. Just friendly advice from an
Yeah, I mean,
ex-smoker.
not normally. I buy like 2 packs a year.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I can't. I'm an all or nothing, so I had to quit.
Too many toxins in today's cigarettes.
Carbon monoxide in your bloodstream, and you need oxygen there. That's why I
The
don't
brand
smoke.
I have is American Spirit. The
Yeah, a
yellow
lot of people
box.
smoke that, and
That's supposed to be like the most cleanest one.
You know
Yeah.
what the problem is? That Ronnie for him, that the better alternative, of course, is cannabis. But Florida still has cannabis being illegal, right?
Really?
Recreational and
Well, I mean, I have that too.
yeah, well, you can't freely. You got to do it very privately.
It depends, the circumstances where you are.
Yeah,
Hey, Ronnie, did you grow up in Florida or did you move there?
No, I've been here since 2019.
Okay, where are you from originally?
Long Island, New York.
What made you move to Florida? You like the warm weather?
Yeah.
What about
That's
the
main- that's
humidity,
main
though?
reason. I don't mind it. It's fine.
I hate humidity myself.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like Long Island, where I grew up, is humid there too, because it's an
Oh,
island.
okay. It's
Yeah,
humid in Chicago too. What's the feeling in Florida about DeSantis? Does everyone think he's going to run for president? Do they like him?
I don't know if everybody thinks that, but he'd definitely get support if he did. Which I wouldn't even support it for.
Oh,
I
we
wouldn't
just had
support him
a
for president.
Oh, gotcha. I wouldn't either. I'm just
But
wondering what
I
the
would support
atmosphere
him for
like.
governor. I like him as governor. I
Yeah.
voted for him, this past year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to run for president.
See, we were
He's
talking.
going to.
Me and Mick.
It looks
were-
like it, yeah, but I'm not really behind it.
He's a fascist, so
I don't think that Biden. I think his age is catching up to him because
I think
he's
it
start-
is. Didn't he have like a big fall just the other day?
Yeah, he's staggering.
he stumbled. He didn't fall.
He has a bruise on his forehead.
He stumbled. Yeah, well, he
carpet?
stumbled.
Was there like a red carpet that he tripped over?
No,
I
it
think
was
it was
it
the
was
plane,
on the
right?
it was
The
getting
plane
it was
there?
getting onto the plane. He stumbled. He didn't
Wait,
fall and hit
And
his
this
head.
happened before. That's happened on the
Well,
plane
you know,
stairs before.
I don't hold it against him. He's a human being.
Mhm.
Yeah, we all could stub our toe or trip on something. I mean, it could happen to any of us.
It could happen to you. It could happen to me. It can happen to anyone eventually. Lyrics from a Yes song.
I
Great,
mean,
a great
You know,
Yes
the
song from
problem
the
is
80s.
because he tries to jog up the stairs like Obama used to. He wants to like look like Obama.
yeah, Obama.
And he's
Okay.
too old. He can't do that.
But Obama's like he's an athlete. I mean, he's athletic. Obama.
But Obama smoked cigarettes too. Barry, he smoked cigarettes as well. Yeah, I think he quit eventually.
Yeah, well, plus when he was under the high pressure of being president, he probably smoked even more.
He received the most death threats, didn't he?
I don't know
For
about
being
that.
black, I think he did.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think he did.
More than Bush?
Well,
Bush
had the
stole
shoes.
Bush
had the
Jr. stole the election, and the Supreme Court didn't rule the right way. And Gore should have fought it, but he didn't want to make a mockery out of democracy.
Gore was way ahead in the popular vote. But what
He
happened?
would actually, his brother fixed it for him in Florida, Jeb, and I'm glad Jeb never got nominated for president. He doesn't deserve to be.
Well, Gore, you see, they instead of waiting for the inner city vote of Cleveland to come back and for the absentee ballot of the overseas Americans, they called the election. They called the election early. They didn't, instead of waiting for these votes to come.
Yeah,
in.
that's because they wanted, and Bush Jr. did the worst job ever with his unnecessary wars. He left the country in shambles. Hey, Mike.
Horrible.
Remember the shoes, the Iraqi that threw
The guy that threw the shoe at him in Iraq, yeah.
and then
that was
he took his other shoe and threw it at GW.
Yeah, that's
Remember
like
9/11 when he was hiding? 9/11, he was hiding and he didn't know what was going on.
Because he was telling a story in school to kids. He was
and he hid.
He was reciting a story, and he didn't stop reciting the story when they told him.
Those kids must feel like, real important. Or like, those were the kids that President Bush was reading to when 9/11 happened. Like, that's some history, man. If you were one of
The
those kids.
Pentagon actually got hit more than we know. They kept that under wraps, I believe, when they flew the plane into the Pentagon building or whatever.
They did keep it under wraps.
Yeah, they did. There was more to it than we know. We'll ever know, I think.
And
What was Western Mike had like a camera? What was that camera for?
And one plane crashed in Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, somebody
That fraud candidate in New York.
like fought them and
Santos? You talk about Santos, right?
fraud candidate in New York.
he
Oh,
talking-
that guy, yeah. What's his
George
name?
Santos, the liar?
Is that his name? Santos?
Yeah, Santos, the liar.
He said he was Jewish,
Then he said he was gay. He said he was gay to be trendy. Yeah.
To be trendy.
I just slurped a penis to be trendy. That's me quoting him.
What's going on with him?
I think he admitted that he's a big liar.
He's just gonna is he in trouble for it at all or no?
I don't know. They're supposed to expel him, I thought.
Damn, man.
How about Don Lemon saying that woman was not in her prime age? I heard Don Lemon said that Nikki Haley was not in her prime, and he started quote. He was totally belligerent saying what he said,
Nikki Haley?
and comes to find out he's married to a man these days.
He is.
He is?
So
Really?
yeah,
Don
he was
Lemon.
married to a woman, but I think he's a woman hater talking like that on the air,
No, he's
and
gay.
that's kind of misogynistic. Well,
Kinda.
maybe he's bi because he did have an ex-wife.
Who the fuck knows, man?
Well, they all are like very.
They try.
Very two-faced to
Chris Cuomo, right? Yeah.
Chris Cuomo, yeah, they
So did you see Chris Cuomo said that when he got fired, he wanted to kill himself?
he wanted to kill everybody and then himself.
Mhm. Yeah, himself and everybody.
Oh, the camera was for, what we're talking about.
He has not resigned. Don Lemon's making mistakes. Okay. There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
he's going to some special training how to be less of a dick, I guess, or something.
Oh, they have that. CNN.
Yeah, they just every day they just say to him, "Hey, be less of a dick, okay?"
Like
That's the training.
Like sensitivity training.
Yeah, I could do it for him. Collect that cash. Hey, today our goal is to be less of a dick. Okay? Okay, ready, go.
Now, what if you're telling the absolute truth, but you sound like a dick, but you're still telling the truth?
Well, that's a little different because Don Lemon wasn't telling the truth. He was just being an absolute dick.
Yeah, that's like the worst.
You know,
Worst part of it.
Mr. Penis Breath was talking about women's prime and when they should or shouldn't run.
Well, I think
it's not his call. It's not his call at all.
I think Don Lemon should use the stage name of Dick Cummins.
Dick Cummings.
Now Don Lemon got
Cummins.
demoted, right? Because he had
Yeah,
a prime time slot. And
They
now
said
he's
whack
in
his
the morning.
Yeah,
in
they
the
said
morning.
whack his PP.
He's in the morning now.
Biff, whack his
Yeah, I think he
PP.
has a morning show now.
Yeah, he used to have that
He
show.
used to be
right
like
after-
the 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
prime time.
Well, that's
Right.
what happens when you're misogynistic to women. They're going to demote you.
right
I was
after-
quoting a line from a
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong movie.
But-
Whack his
But
PP,
then
bailiff.
on air, he was saying it was a promotion, though.
He's right after.
Well, that's
saying
because that's how they have to spin it with their penis breath.
He was right after Cuomo, right, or before? After.
Around the same time. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cuomo was doing. He's doing.
How do you
pretty
think he's
good.
doing? I heard he has really bad ratings.
Well, News Nation is
Yeah, it's an up and coming channel.
it's an up and coming network.
What happened to
You mentioned
Donald
that.
Trump's? Donald Trump was supposed to have a news network. What happened to that?
I don't know.
He was also supposed to have a social media. Remember what happened with that?
I don't know.
He was supposed to steal an election. What happened with that?
What about Trumpy Bear? Remember the little stuffed bear with the
Yeah,
with
what was that?
orange hair? It was a Trumpy Bear. He had like a wig.
It was like a mascot thing.
Yeah, it was a teddy bear with Trump hairdo.
He
teddy
got
bear?
caught perjuring himself when Donald Trump got caught perjuring himself, telling a judge that he was not the head of the Trump organization.
He wasn't what?
And they said perjury. He said, "I'm not the head of the Trump organization," the one that's being sued.
Oh, who is?
And he
His
is.
son-in-law?
He is. He lied. He's totally the head of it.
He's known to throw anyone under the bus. At the drop of a hat. I mean, he already made Giuliani go insane, or Giuliani was insane.
He was a good
Giuliani
mayor.
looked.
He was a
He
good
wasn't. He
mayor.
wasn't. I've heard people complain that he ruined 42nd Street by cleaning it up too much.
Well,
They say it's like Disneyland. Yeah, that's an argument.
he wanted
it
to
has
be more family oriented.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though
I
he
mean-
was divorced and he dated whores.
And it actually, generated a lot of money for the city. So
Yeah, he
good move
dated.
as mayor.
He was divorced and he dated whores. So there.
Yeah.
No, 42nd Street is in pretty good shape. I remember the old days, and
The 70s. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
yeah, there was like whorehouses, peep shows, and
Did you see when they tricked Giuliani to admitting a guilt on the camera?
No.
It was pretty weird. He's pretty gullible for being an attorney. Yeah, they had him.
remember the
They had him in with some hot chick, and he had like a. Yeah, when he was sweating like a vampire, and then he had a boner with this chick in the room, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to get up. Why don't you sit down in the bed with me?" They were doing a scam on him, and he was really quite vulgar.
I think that was a clip from a movie he was in.
Yeah, what was that?
That he didn't
he
even.
was
Yeah,
in a movie.
he didn't even know he was in it. It was one of those what was that guy? With the B, Sacha Baron Cohen's, his character.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Sacha Baron Cohen, and he does the thing. The B, Belchi. I don't remember, but it was with him, I believe.
Boras?
Borat,
Borat?
bored ass.
Borat.
Yeah, when he that nude wrestling with that fat guy made me want to barf in my mouth.
What was
Oh.
the shoe polish dripping down Giuliani's face? What was
It
that?
was his hair dye. He didn't get it dyed correctly, and it was malfunctioning with his sweat. With so many balls of sweat, with some black or brown sweat balls going down the side of his face, he looked like he was melting. It was quite humiliating.
Was it in a movie though?
No, that was on camera at some. But the thing with him and the boner and the girl was a film with Borat, I think, and he
Oh,
didn't realize
okay.
he was being filmed.
He didn't realize it.
He was
How the
implying, yeah, he was implying sexual favors would be okay for political favors, is what he implied, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He was in a movie and he didn't know he was being filmed for the movie.
Well, I think Borat does that and then tells you afterwards, and then they can release, they could sign off or say no, I guess. I don't know.
They can't do that, man.
No, you
He
can't.
did. He did. They could film you, and then you could say you can't release that. Just in case it happens to you, Ronnie.
Hmm.
Just kidding.
Hey, do you gentlemen think that Vladimir Putin has the PP girls videotape when Donald
I
Trump?
thought you were going to ask me if I believe Vladimir Putin has a terminal illness, and I believe he does.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Russian prostitutes that visited Trump.
I'm sure he does. Yeah,
It's
Trump.
hotel
They
room.
peed on Trump, and Trump loved it.
And they urinated on Trump.
Really? Who's this?
Yeah. Hey, Western Mike, how are you, buddy? Good to
Going
see
on,
you.
guys? How are you?
We were talking about whether or not Putin has the infamous PP tapes of the Russian hookers that's
And whether or not Putin is terminally ill or not.
Oh, well, whoever knows anything from up there,
Yeah, we don't know.
try
I
to
don't
stay safe.
How you feeling there, Michael?
Doing pretty good. Had a rowing session earlier today. It was good. Now it's just, and then went out for a bit. Didn't play any pool though. Just came home and here I am. Had a double burger.
Cool.
Did you have any cannabis infused beverage tonight?
Not yet, but I already have had plenty of, that stuff. So I'm kind of I'm taking a break. You gotta pace yourself. You can't just keep going with that stuff.
Okay.
Well, was that?
Yeah, I had an edible myself after dinner.
You had an edible?
Yes.
What'd you eat? What'd you have to eat?
A chocolate edible infused. I don't remember the name. It's good.
Cannabis in the chocolate. Yeah, my ex from San Diego used to buy them in Tijuana. The dark chocolate with the cannabis infused chocolates.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Nice.
It kicks in.
Now mine's taken a while because I just ate a steak, so my stomach's full. So it takes longer to move through your system when your stomach's full.
I bet that cannabis oil would probably work better than any anti-anxiety medication that they give people. Better than Xanax, better than whatever. I bet that the cannabis is the answer.
Someone offered me cannabis oil, and I can't remember who, because I was going to take them up on it. Who offered me cannabis oil? Damn, I got to remember.
What'd you guys eat for dinner?
So I can remind them. Yes, I'll take it.
Would you have for dinner?
I had a Mexican strip. What is that? Kind of
Fajita?
steak. Oh,
Fajita?
no, the Mexicans always use the cheapest cut.
Flank steak.
Or another one. There's a different one. It's similar to flank.
Skirt?
That's what skirt steak. I had a skirt steak. It was delicious.
Oh, they're
and Mike, you said you had a double burger at Anywhere Good?
What's that? How's that?
You had a double hamburger tonight?
Cooked a
We're at,
double hamburger.
Yeah, where did you cooked one?
Cooked a double hamburger and then cooked up a potato, cut it into some fries, and then
Nice.
and then put some mustard and hot sauce on it.
Nice.
So, yeah, got some
Delicious.
Dave's hot sauce. Then
What is that?
that is a anti-bark device.
Anti what?
Barf?
Anti-bark.
For dog. Yes.
So it is.
Bark. Oh, I thought he said barf. Bark.
Who has a dog? Your neighbor? Oh, you do.
No. Two people at the same time as me. They're service chihuahua. Won't stop.
Service chihuahua?
Won't stop howling at everything, even wind.
What can a Chihuahua service?
I have
Oh, it's for emotional support.
Tacos.
Tacos. Yeah.
What kind of hot sauce did you have, Mike?
I'll show you guys my hot sauce. Here's the device. All you do is you put
It's a phaser.
all you do is you put a 9-volt battery in here, and then you turn up the dial, and it has different levels of the signal that it can transmit. So this will definitely stop any kind of excess barking. It should be able to.
Has it been working?
Oh, it affects their
I think it's
ears,
been-
right?
Well, how's that?
It affects their ears, the dog's ears, right?
And this will affect
Yes,
the ears of
indeed.
dog. This will affect the ears of any dog.
Indeed,
within a-
Daryl.
This will
LOL,
affect-
indeed.
This will affect the radius of. This will affect any dog within easily at least a 50-foot radius, and that can assure you.
50-foot radius. That's pretty good.
Excellent. I hope that helps you out. You need that.
You gotta love
Okay.
technology. You gotta love it. Can't stop science, like George Costanza said. Can't stop.
Science is wonderful.
You know, he had to do this because the owners didn't want to really solve the issue. So
Congratulations, Mike. Sounds good.
this fucking
Thank you.
dog doesn't just bark when it has a problem. It barks.
Is that Tabasco?
Oh no! Wait! The dog doesn't just bark when it has a problem.
It just barks to annoy people.
Oh yeah,
It barks incessantly, right?
He barks incessantly. He barks to annoy people. I guess it's just an on-purpose thing. But got this from my local grocery store. Got this from Lucky, and this is called Dave's Gourmet Creamy Garlic Red Pepper Hot Sauce.
Oh, nice. I'm familiar with Dave's Gourmet. I've had it before. I had a real hot one from there. Yeah, he makes good stuff.
This is hot sauce, man. Would prefer some sriracha, but this is pretty good. Sorry, watching a movie at the same time. Literally just got back from pool. Didn't really play any pool, but literally just got back and now it's just chilling.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of billiards years ago.
Nice.
I'm pretty good. You gotta. My billiard playing vastly improved when I just didn't give a shit about winning. I just relaxed my whole body. I loosened up. I was just loose.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And just going at it, just to have fun, not to be competitive. And I just loosened my whole body, and and I was just wham. I was just aiming and just whacking it.
Oh yeah.
And without even
Now this is pool you're talking about, right? Aiming and whacking.
Aiming and whacking. Yeah, pool, billiard.
Okay, gotcha. Just
in
making
other
sure.
words- In other words, once you stop caring about the end result, and you just do it for the fun of it, that's when you end up being a great practitioner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when you really excel.
Oh, said that about rowing earlier today. It was like the movie Top Gun Maverick. Said to myself, just don't think, just do. And then went for it. So
Don't think, just do. You're right.
Don't think, just
Kind
do.
of like when you're making love to a woman. Don't think, just do it.
Who has energy for that kind of stuff these days? Mick?
I do.
Well, jealous of you.
Well, Mick
How's
Mick is a human jackhammer. He
the human tripod.
the human tripod.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
So is that anti-bark device working, Mike?
Yeah, it's working.
Congratulations. I hope it didn't cost you too much.
Thank you. It's it was like a 20 something.
So what does it take?
That's good.
It takes an 8-volt, 8-volt battery.
No, you got a 9-volt battery.
Oh, 9-volt. I'm sorry.
It has and then it has a 50-foot radius at least for its transmission signal.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
When did you get that?
Got it a couple of days ago.
And it's been working ever since?
Oh yeah, I've been working on
That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is
James.
Yeah.
We all need to have energy to make love.
You do, of course. Yeah.
The right woman will give you that energy. The right woman will get your blood boiling.
Well,
you know
when I was the first time I was abroad on vacation. I don't mean abroad like a female abroad.
Yeah.
The first time I was abroad, I was in Acapulco. It was the first time
Nice.
I was on the West Coast. It was in the 1980s, and there was a Mexican man that had a gift shop, and I used to talk to him a lot, bullshit with him. His name was Fernando, and he told me the best. I was talking about herbs and that are known to be aphrodisiacs.
Yeah.
He says, you know what the very best aphrodisiac is? I says, I mentioned some herbs to him, and no, he says, no, it's having the right partner. He says sex is mostly psychological.
Yes, it's your brain starts the attraction and your body reacts. Yeah. It's all quite natural.
It's in the mind. If you the chemistry, the
there's
chemistry.
A UFO song. The lyrics go, "It's a natural thing you get from the start, natural way of." Yeah, that's all natural. I'm a natural born lover, as they would say.
If you don't have the chemistry from the beginning, from the get-go, it's not going to come later. It's
you're not going to spark up some physical attraction like 6 months into the relationship. Either it's there right off the bat, or you don't have it.
Yeah, it's like that old geezer psychologist that started that online dating thing where he makes you fill out a long
eHarmony.
eHarmony. He makes you fill out a long questionnaire.
I wasn't that impressed with them.
No, I wouldn't use it for one simple reason.
I did.
If you find a carbon copy of yourself by filling out a long questionnaire, that doesn't mean you're going to have. That doesn't mean you're going to have chemistry, because you're communicating with a carbon copy of yourself doesn't guarantee anything.
You don't want a carbon copy of yourself.
If you don't have, I don't care if everything you like, hobbies, interests, and you have everything in common, means nothing. If there's no chemistry, there's no romantic chemistry.
There's no spark. There's no sexual spark. Or
there's no spark.
When you see that person, you're ready to make love to him every time you see him.
Like the old series, Love American Style, when they used to have fireworks.
I always thought I was going to see nudity on that when I was a kid. I thought for sure they'd show naked women on it, and I kept watching and watching.
No, you
never happened.
Off reading National Geographic if you wanted to see naked, but you saw the fireworks. The fireworks,
Aborigines.
they come natural. I mean, Mike knows if it isn't there, it isn't there. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can do about it.
Science. You could apply all the science in the world to dating. It doesn't mean a damn thing.
I saw there's some spokes guy on CNN saying that the dating for men is getting worse because men are getting shorter and women are getting taller. And he also said that, you know, he was saying that Japan and Italy have showed that the birth rate is low. Said that we're not reproducing, and they're saying the women who say they can't get a date, it's not true. The women are being much more choosy. It
Well,
doesn't sound like a great future from what he described.
That's the reason why the population is not growing, because of the feminist movement. All these independent women who say, "Oh, I'm a strong."
Yeah, all the women, they own their own houses. They own their own houses, and they need you.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Love American
A lot
style.
of them do.
Love American style.
Well,
Yeah.
what is Love American Style? What compared to French and Greek? What is
No,
Love
that
American
was-
Style?
That was the name of the
Missionary
show.
position?
No,
I
that
know,
was-
I'm kidding.
That was the
James, I'm always pushing the envelope. You know that,
that was
right,
the
Ronnie?
theme. That was the theme.
I'm blowing up myths. I'm
That
blowing
was-
up myths, and I'm turning them into sexual deviant jokes.
That was
That's
the
my
theme.
special gift.
All right, let me talk. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Love American Style.
No, before that.
Chemistry.
Yeah, if it isn't there, it isn't there. Now I was going to mention.
That's the way it
I was going to
is.
tell a story of about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer. No, I was going to tell. I was going to tell a story that was
Out from the worm came the bubbling sperm.
That was apocalyptical. No, apocalyptical. Applicable. Applicable to the subject.
Not applicable, applicable. Okay.
Yeah, applicable to the subject.
I was doing a variant on that Beverly Hillbillies song. Listen to a story about a man named Jed. Took Kelly and threw her on the bed. Pulled out a sperm, and from the worm came a bubbling sperm. Semen, that is.
Bubbling sperm.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to offend you. I thought it was funny.
I think it was that bubbling sperm that made him go bye-bye.
Mike has left the building.
Because of that, in the regular song, up for the came bubbling oil. It's a total
Well, you were
take on.
You were getting too risque, so you know how you went bye-bye. Oh boy, oh boy.
Hasta bye-bye.
All right.
Right, so another one bites the dust.
James,
another
you gonna
one's
spin the
gone.
wheel?
Another one's gone.
Yeah, actually, I do have the wheel. I do have the wheel. The wheel is.
So who's
Is that
in
a
the wheel?
cheese wheel?
Yeah, it's a cheese wheel.
Yeah, as long as it's
I
real.
thought so.
As long as it's real cheese.
From under?
No, real.
From under cheese?
Meh. Here we have. Hold on, Michael's catching some air. He needs to step out and
Oh, shit.
reinvigorate.
What
I
do
think
we
it has-
have here, James?
No,
Oh,
I'm just
man.
telling you that Mike.
The wheel. I'm talking about the wheel.
Hold on, let me finish. Mike had some relaxing substance, and he needs to get some fresh air. That's all. All right.
Okay.
The wheel. This is Alex, the beer masturbator.
What did you call him though, Alex? The boob master.
No, he's topless and he's worshiping a hamburger platter.
That does not sound very lovely. It sounds like the opposite of lovely.
Look at it, Mick. You see?
Luckily, I don't see it that well.
have your
Luckily
iPhone?
for me. Yeah, I'm against this wheel. We need to put a hot woman on there, not this guy. That's all I'm saying. Hot lady would be better than this schmuck. What did we strike on the wheel?
At the bar.
Oh, he's too high to talk. Oh, he's outside. I thought you were home. Oh, he's at the bar, but he's outside. Okay. Now
There's a song by Accept called "Too High to Get." You're too high to get it right.
Now NATO, very controversial organization. World governments feel that they are troublemakers, and they might very well be correct.
Isn't Britain trying to exit NATO? Is their latest scheme after they left the European Union and that other thing they got out of?
Yeah, they don't want to be part of NATO, and but I heard
What was that
NATO,
thing that they?
Well, I heard they're
What was that thing that Boris Johnson got them out of?
That was the European Union.
Because he was being racist?
Well,
Something else, though. The Brexit. Yeah, they exited the Brexit.
Yeah, I don't
called.
know what Brexit is, but I know it's related to the European Union. I think, and NATO is
Yeah.
They say they're
And look at Boris Johnson's career now. Political career is in the toilet. So
forget it.
he's an idiot. I think
he's past tense. But he's
he's an idiot for leaving. Leaving Brexit was a bad move.
The guy that didn't like to comb his hair, But I heard NATO is in cahoots with the military-industrial complex, and
of course,
that's about it. Metaphor for on the show, but just in the chat.
LOL.
Metaphor.
OL.
Metaphor.
So Michael's laughing out loud.
Johnny.
Is that like
Johnny, let me talk. Johnny, let me talk.
You
ever seen that, James?
You hear the music when the wheel spins, the Oktoberfest music?
Yes.
Good, so it's working. Now you don't see the guy with the man boobs worshiping the hamburger?
I see a little bit, but I don't see all the details, luckily. I think the edible's kicking in. This is like a Benny Hill skit without the hot chicks.
Spin the wheel, make a deal. Anyway.
Ronnie, where'd you go? Couldn't take the wheel anymore? I understand.
No, he's there. I changed the.
Oh,
he's there.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I was finagling.
Alrighty.
The wheel lost its luster.
No, keep going, man.
Yeah, no, don't.
The wheel.
Is there better?
The show is all about the wheel.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's never been about the wheel.
It's all about the wheel.
Well,
the wheel, you make a deal.
Helps too. Yeah, the wheel.
It's all about vagina, not wheels. I'm gonna make it all about vaginas. Don't worry. You could try to your wheel versus my vagina. Let's go. I'm ready. I'll take you on.
All right, hold on, folks. All right, new strategy. Let's just banter about important things to men. Now, what is with all this these manscaping advertisements are getting excessive?
It's because they see a new market for themselves. The businessmen. They see a new market. They're creating a new market. It's kind of a scam.
I mean, all these man products, they get some, young chick in a bikini, and they rub her. She rubs herself down with baby oil, and she says,
Wow, that sounds good so far.
that the lotion is good for a man's balls. I mean, they literally say this. Has a wonderful smell that your girlfriend is going to want to eat you up.
She's gonna put her head down by your balls. You're lucky to begin with. So I'm just saying.
And then there's the manscaping thing where you buzz the hair off your balls.
Yeah, I don't need to. I don't have much hair down there. I'm good. I also keep myself clean, so I don't need any man ball deodorant.
I mean, I remember where hair. There was an article when I was a kid that said it was Joe Weider's Muscle and Fitness. It says that hairy men was a turn on to women. Now they say some women like it and some women don't.
If you don't have hair, you don't care.
If you don't have hair, you don't care.
Well, you guys are like rhyme masters, and you just don't know it. You're beginning to show it.
Well, hey, poetry. Maybe we're
in motion.
We're natural poets,
and you didn't know it.
And we didn't know it.
Spin the wheel, make a deal.
You know,
such a deal.
Guys, some guys are obsessive about buzzing or waxing their body hair. And
what about women that shave their vaginas? That's much more exciting to talk about than men.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like women to shave down there? I do.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well,
it's very appreciated. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to the women that do that. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make it worth their while.
Mm-hmm.
If you go down on them, you don't have to worry about choking on one of their pubic hairs.
The problem nowadays, though, is you have to verify they've never had HPV because so many women have had it. It's running rampant because you don't want to get that throat cancer.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. You know what the best thing is? The best thing is to follow, to do what the good book says and find yourself a long-term chick. You know, that's gonna go be with you.
I've been working on it. I had one for 2 years, but that didn't work out. You know, alcoholism prevents marriage in my book.
Well, it's very.
I can't do it.
Nowadays, it's very difficult because they're very defensive. They have a chip on their shoulder because of feminism.
And they drink. The functional drinking is the worst.
And what's with these modern women that are getting these big black manly tattoos on the side of their arms?
Ooh.
Like this,
or the face piercings.
I think that's like a southern thing, like Tennessee.
Oh,
it's like all dark, like
and this whole sleeve like a man.
Yeah, like a tattoo that a biker would get, like right on.
Yeah, I have a thing against tit tattoos, tit tats as I call them. Beautiful pair of tits with the tattoo. I don't like that.
What about
it's just my preference.
What about the
tramp stamp?
What about the slut tattoo that is like right in the middle of their lower back?
That's a good one, I think.
Yeah, what do they call that?
That's the classy looking one.
Yeah, like if they're wearing, let's say, Daisy Dukes and they're showing their belly.
The tramp stamp. They call that the tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp. Yeah, that is probably the best. Now some girls would get a tattoo on their upper back near their shoulder. You know, maybe like a red rose or something.
I worked with a girl that had a tattoo the size of a softball on her large breast.
No,
it was not attractive.
No. What is she
ruined a great pair? She had a great pair of boots. She ruined with this horrible tattoo.
What is she going to do when she gets invited to a wedding reception and she's part of the ceremony? She puts a formal dress on, and when she goes to the wedding, that big horrible tattoo will be showing.
It is what it is.
This is the same woman that had continued to have children because they were too lazy to get birth control.
Well, it's very it's
Yeah,
very
it does confuse
it's very
men.
emasculating, Michael. It's anti-male. It's exactly what it is. What would you say before, Mike? Nick.
Mick.
Would you say before about the woman with the
We're
big
having trouble with the connection.
the woman with the big tattoo on the breast? You can't go. You can't. She can't wear a formal dress and go to a formal
Yeah.
event.
Blanking
My
out.
connection's good. James is having trouble with his.
No, I'm not.
No, I think it's yours.
No, I'm not. It's James, I
I'm not
think.
having-
Mine's
I'm
fine.
not flickering.
I can hear James.
Am I flickering? Or
All right.
am I,
James, can you hear me?
Mm-mm.
Absolutely.
Can anyone?
James, you're not flickering.
James, you can hear Mike, Mick, Van Raven. And Ronnie, you cannot hear me.
No, I hear you.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
cool.
hears you.
Okay. We're back to normal.
Loud and clear. You cut out
A-okay.
a little bit, a little bit, but not much.
Actually, he's doing pretty good with the iPhone.
Yeah, considering you got the
Safari.
iPhone.
Yeah,
Who, me?
Yeah.
Safari.
Alrighty.
Unless your
Alrighty.
your Google Chrome decided to kick in, and that's
No, I
why
had to use Safari.
you
They
see,
wouldn't let me use Google Chrome.
son of bitches. This is why I just got
So what were we talking about? Shaved vaginas? What
No.
a lovely subject. Thank you.
Well, how much could you say about a buzzed vagina? I mean,
It's a beautiful thing. That's all.
well, to me, it's better than choking on their hairs.
Well, it looks good. It feels good. It's nice to rub up against you.
Yeah. Now the
Yes, so neo-feminism is a rebellion. It does confuse men. They're saying men are confused a lot these days, young men.
Not me.
yeah. Well, when a woman is
Me too. I know where the stick goes in the hole. I'm not confused.
a woman used to be sugar and spice and everything nice, but today they're nothing but garbage and lice.
Oh boy, I wouldn't say
man, that's
all-
harsh.
That's
Jeez.
not all women. Maybe a few, but you met. But no, not all. Let's dial that back, buddy.
That's harsh.
Yeah, well, they're very defensive.
James, you're taking the gloves off.
They're very.
You're slinging some mud. You got some mud slinging going on there. You're full of garbage and lice. Hi, honey. I'm home. You're full of garbage and lice. Get the fuck out.
If you go on a date, you're rolling the dice.
For the garbage and lice.
Rhyme. That doesn't rhyme.
Lice. Dice.
If you go on the date, you will know. Yeah, that doesn't rhyme. Your rude days of being a rapper are over.
You have to. They're always on the defensive. You can't have a relationship with somebody who flies off the handle for every little thing.
No, you can, but you probably don't really.
You don't want to walk on eggshells. You don't want to walk.
There's a song by Y&T called "Mean Streak," and they talk about how it's hard to survive with a woman that has a mean streak. I've dated them, and they start fights with you and stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of men just like what I'm talking about, but I'm just speaking of my personal experience.
You think these women had a bad relationship with their father?
Oh, they did, definitely. I've dated a lot of women that had weak male role models. I don't know why.
Oh yeah,
Maybe it's your
I've
type.
known women that had
Maybe
very
your type,
weak.
Mick.
Maybe they were female, so Ronnie, they were right there. That part was the right one.
The only confusion there is how this live stream.
This is good. I like this.
Like a few dude drunk on drugs talking nonsense.
Thank you. We're recognized for what we're offering society.
Talking nonsense.
Oh, and he has the Hulk Hogan avatar. Hulk Hogan playing the guitar.
Talking nonsense. We're listen. As long as we're stating proven facts, it doesn't matter if somebody.
James, you see his avatar? Hulk Hogan with the guitar.
Yeah, I see it. He's playing a guitar. His avatar is
His
playing
avatar is
a guitar.
playing a guitar.
Very
You like
clever.
that, Mick?
Adadoso.
It's a tiny little image. It's okay. Look, I wasn't a Hulk Hogan fan, if that's what you're asking. No.
Now, what
No?
your last name sounds Irish? Leahy. Leahy. Where does an Irishman get the name Adadoso? Adadoso.
It's Hulk Hogan, man.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan has his 15 minutes of fame last longer than most.
Spent a lot longer than 15 minutes.
Well, you know what
It's been a
screwed
good
him
like
up?
40 years.
That was sarcasm of it.
And
I mean,
he
it was a
curses
joke.
the day he chose that finishing move is the leg drop. Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan says I should.
Yeah, well,
It's kind of like a lazy move, but then you mess your back up.
Well, he jammed.
He used a lot of steroids. That's why he went bald.
Yeah, but he jammed his vertebrae every time he landed.
Triple H never went bald.
Who didn't?
Triple H. He used steroids.
Well, they affected Hulk differently. Talking about Hulk.
Yeah, but
Somebody used to say that Jesse Ventura and Hulk were brothers. You ever hear that?
Hear what?
What I'm saying, brother.
What did you say?
That Hulk Hogan and Jesse Ventura were brothers.
Oh no, they're not.
No.
I'm just saying there was
Hulk
an old
Hogan
wives' tale
copied
saying that.
Jesse Ventura's style.
Yeah, Jesse
Jesse Ventura, I like
now
Jesse better
copied
than
his
Hulk.
style from
Jesse Ventura.
Superstar Billy Graham.
Jesse Ventura and his real name is James Janos and Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan. They both idolized Superstar Billy Graham. That's why their
Right.
styles were very similar.
He's the original.
Graham passed away prematurely, didn't he?
No. Billy Graham? No. No. He's still alive. No, he didn't pass away prematurely.
He's still alive.
Superstar Billy Graham? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, he's practically in a wheelchair, but no, he didn't pass away.
That's impressive for somebody from that era.
Yeah, they idolized him, and Ric Flair.
He was really an original character, you know. Superstar
He's
Billy
79 years old. He's
Okay.
Superstar Billy Graham's 79 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's from Arizona.
that's where Hogan got his influence in Macho Man. Both.
Macho Man died young, behind the wheel, heart attack. How many steroids
No, it wasn't
did him
behind the
in?
wheel. It was
His
I think he just had
girlfriend
a heart
was?
attack. Miss
Yeah,
Elizabeth died
definitely
from a drug overdose.
Yeah, she was at Lex Luger's condo.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you're talking about a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth.
Macho Man died of a heart attack driving his car or truck.
True.
He had a heart attack when he was driving.
Yeah, Randy Savage had his issues. He was very angry, jealous, very.
So there's been many deaths in pro wrestling, including suicides and homicides.
Yeah, it's like the military.
They've had guys that killed their whole families and they commit suicide.
Premature
That happened.
deaths.
That happened at least once, I believe.
They got PTSD in WWE.
That's not good.
That
It
rhymes,
may have
right?
been fake wrestling, but they got hurt too. They did. They did sacrifice themselves. It wasn't
they
normal what the hell they were doing for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ric Flair had.
James, did you know Ric Flair lives in Tampa? I just found that out recently.
He lives in Tampa now, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because a lot of wrestlers live in Tampa.
Ric Flair didn't, though. I think that's a new thing.
Yeah, no, Ric Flair didn't always live in Tampa. Yeah, he patted himself after the original Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers.
Right, right. The original WWF champion. First champion.
Nah, I don't know anything about the Trailer Park Boys because I don't particularly like people that are not sophisticated, polished, educated, and they're a little rough around the edges. I like people with class and that speak the King's English. That's why I don't watch shows like that. Everybody left. Everybody temporarily departed.
I'm indisposed momentarily.
Okay, Mike, Western Mike, how you feeling now? Are you still at the establishment getting some air outside? Make sure you get home safe though.
Tip your bartenders.
No, I don't. I hope he's not drinking. You all have class? I'm only busting you. I'm only teasing. Oh man. Well, the first part of the show is very serious. It's just
Like when
it's like when I'm done, when I'm after the first hour of the show or hour and a half, when I'm done with all the serious issues, then we loosen up and I send the links out and people join the show, and then we just it's all free form banter. That's all. That's what.
Remember when Rodney Dangerfield, Easy Money, said to the woman, "Call me when you have no class"?
Yeah, it was Rodney Dangerfield and Joe Pesci.
Sally Kellerman, the lesbian.
Oh, Sally Kellerman was a lesbian in real life?
Yeah, her and Lily Tomlin, I think. Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes.
She was, hot legs in the original MASH movie.
Well, Lily Tomlin was Laughing, Rowan Martin's Laughing.
Yeah, she was a known woman lover.
Remember Judy Carn from England? And Goldie Hawn. She was she started
beautiful
Laughing. Yeah.
Pardon my yawn.
Yeah, well, it's getting later. Time does fly when
you're having fun.
We have a good panel,
We're going to do a panel test.
Michael, if you hear me, do not drink. You've been sober for a long time now. Keep it that way.
Ditto. I agree wholeheartedly.
Stick to the cannabis.
The fresh air.
Yes, fresh air and cannabis.
Fresh air is, yep.
Perfect together.
Fresh air is
good combination.
Sure.
Now he's in San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
I think he's in Northern California.
San Francisco. He's in San
Francisco is in Northern California.
I thought he was further north. I don't know though.
Jason Cleveland is further north. He's in Seattle, Washington.
Much further north.
So
but they have good air and
it's really cold over there right now.
When is Jason Cleveland moving to Cleveland and running for governor or mayor?
No, he's in Arizona visiting.
Just with that name, he should be able to become the governor of Ohio. Or
does he still use the Indians, the Cleveland Indians avatar
that's
thing?
another story. The Cleveland Guardians. Why can't the owner says
what?
No way.
Why can't they come up with better names? At least the Commanders. Those are horrible names.
Actually, I like the football team. That was a good name.
I don't. I think it's kind of silly.
Why can't they
Commanders?
No, the football team. That was the name of the team. Before it was the Commanders.
Redskins. Yes, that was better.
Why couldn't he change it from the Redskins to the Insurrectionists?
Well, why not to the Native Americans?
Native Americans, yeah.
Well, the Indians have been around. The team Indians have been around for 75 years. All of a
That's
sudden,
why it was, that's why they had the name Indians, because they had the first like Native American player in the 20s.
I believe it. And you know,
Yeah, that's where they got the name from.
well, you know what guardians are? Those are the two statues that are part of the
Yeah,
very
yeah.
old bridge. It's a very old bridge.
Yeah.
in Cleveland.
hmm They're like the guardians of the city. These like, but it's like, what do these statues mean? Like,
Yeah, but what do they mean?
you'd have to find out.
I like the logo. I like that that smiling red-faced
Yeah.
Indian. You know?
Now it's just it's like a G. Come on.
Yeah. So what are they going to do? The Audubon Society is going to say, "Oh, you're mocking Orioles, so you can't use the smiling bird face on the cap anymore." I mean, when does it end? Is what I'm trying to say.
Never.
York, Pennsylvania, state of brain dead Fetterman. No, let me tell you, I rather have.
Didn't he have he just go into the hospital or something?
Yeah, he couldn't catch his breath, and then he's also suffers from depression. And
oh man,
yeah, but he won the election. Why is he so?
He did.
Why is he depressed? Right? Imagine if he lost, how depressed he'd be. Right?
Oh boy. Well, Fetterman would do a hell of a lot more for the people of Pennsylvania than a right-wing Dr. Mehmet Oz, who's not even from Pennsylvania. He's not even from Pennsylvania.
Well,
he's a foreigner, isn't he? No, I think Dr. Oz was born overseas, wasn't he?
Possible.
I don't think that matters.
He lives in New Jersey.
Probably just have to live here for a certain amount of years, be a certain age.
Here, you mean in Pennsylvania?
In the no, in the country.
Okay. Oh, I was just talking. He says he's not from Pennsylvania. I'm saying he may not be from the U.S. either.
A lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't from the state that they represent.
Yeah, their adopted state.
I like to know. Well, Nancy Pelosi is from Inner Harbor, Baltimore, where the Italian neighborhood is. From Baltimore,
She
Maryland.
moved to California. That's why she became a rep there.
Her husband Pelosi is from San Francisco, I believe.
That guy got a beating that they meant for her. That was pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah, a hammer.
Yeah, this country is the violence against women. It's really bad.
Well, somebody wanted to bump off. They wanted to bump off all.
Yeah,
all
the governor in Michigan. Those guys got sentenced. They were really. How can you? Much more can you screw up your life than doing what they did? Now they're in prison. They're morons.
They showed up at Governor Windmer's house.
Or how about that guy and his father and the neighbor that killed that guy? Black while jogging. They screwed up their families and their lives exponentially by doing that, and they're in prison doing hard time now. And these guys aren't built for that. They're not tough. They're gonna have the living shit kicked out of them, and they deserve it. They killed somebody. They shouldn't have done that.
Who did they kill?
A black guy jogging. He was jogging, so they shot him down because there'd been some neighborhood thefts, and they were playing America. They were playing their own police advocate, like citizen arrest kind of bullshit.
What were they going to arrest him for, though?
They're vigilante.
Being black and jogging. Yeah, vigilante. Like in Mayberry, when Gomer Pyle left the Goober, citizens arrest for jaywalking. Yeah, he didn't shoot anyone, though, at Mayberry that I know of. Yeah, they shot this guy dead. I mean, and they said, well, he struggled. Well, yeah, he was trying to survive. You had a gun pointed at him. He tried to stop you.
Where was
so
that?
I shot him.
Georgia.
That was like in Ohio. Where was it? Yeah, near Atlanta, right?
Somewhere in Georgia.
Yeah, that guy. The problem is the guys went up and testified in their own defense, and they made it even worse. Well, we yeah, of course we went after him. He was black. Okay, good. Yeah, they said some really dumb shit on the air. So they were morons all around.
In Atlanta, or like the area outside Atlanta somewhere?
Yeah,
It was outside.
where there's a certain amount of black population. So,
Now, what was
oh
that?
man,
The first vigilante racist attack was that what's his
Getz.
name? Trevor Martin.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Bernard Getz when
No,
he
no, no,
killed.
no. The kid in
Yeah, the-
Florida. That was.
Well, that was racist. Just for the record, Bernard Getz murders were racist or shootings were
I never
based
heard
on
of that.
race.
You know what happened?
I never
with
heard
Bernard
of
Getz?
them.
He got tired of the crime and
When was that?
he decided to carry.
Bernard Getz in the 80s. He was
The
he
80s.
yeah, he got mugged with they were trying to mug him and he shot him.
He's a hero in my book.
I understand. But you're talking was Avery was that fucker in Florida that was I don't know how that guy got acquitted. He shot some guy for going through the neighborhood. So what if the guy was a thief? You call the police, you don't shoot him.
No, the reason he had there were two reasons.
Because the guy had sweatpants on, he said.
Kid had a hoodie.
He had a hoodie on.
He was black and he had a hoodie. He was wearing a hoodie. And that was his reason for attacking at night. And he was walking late at night. But he wasn't doing it. Just because somebody
the original story was that like he was coming from a candy store, right? But then I think it changed like he was coming from a candy store. Like he was just like a little kid. That's what they originally said.
The fuck does he want candy?
But then it ended up that he just came from like an armed robbery. He just like stuck up a gas station.
That's how the guy got off then.
Yeah.
Because didn't he pull a gun on him and the guy shot him?
Well, the guy
Is
ended
that
up
what
shooting
happened?
him. He killed him. Yeah.
Talk about Trevor Martin.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? George or something?
Yeah, Zimmerman.
Yeah.
So
his life wasn't very good after he survived that in court. I know he had some other trouble in his life. I heard.
The kid was
But
not.
he was getting death
He was
threats.
not innocent. Is that what you guys are saying?
He just come from a stick up at like a gas station.
So the news media covered that up. They didn't.
Yeah, they did. They never said that he did that.
Oh, and they were all protesting that an innocent kid was murdered.
I mean, he still really shouldn't have been killed. That's still fucked up. But
yeah,
he was coming from not a an innocent like thing.
Well, the same thing with George Floyd. I don't believe he should have been killed, but he was not a good person.
No,
George was a bad person, pulling a gun on a pregnant woman and all that shit.
He wasn't a hero.
No, they made him a hero. It's weird that he wasn't a hero.
But still,
he did not deserve to be murdered. But still,
no. Yeah, so it's fucked up on both ends, kind of.
There was a guy in Chicago. This guy Van Dyke shot a guy 14 times and went to prison for it. He killed some gangbanger here.
Chicago.
It was a
it was a police. Chicago.
The crime rate in the inner cities. Yeah, they're killing each other. That's for sure.
I know
this mayor has done nothing.
New York City.
What?
I know, like what they say in the media about New York City it's true. Like it's more dangerous than it was.
It is. The crime rate did go up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the economy went bad, so people turned to crime for an easy buck.
Yeah, sure. Definitely goes hand in hand.
Well, you're really coming up on 3 hours soon, so I'm probably going to sign off after that. And James, I'm sorry if you felt you had to say.
Well, the first hours, he only does political commentary by himself.
I know. So hold on a second, Ronnie. Pardon me. James, I want to apologize for having you have to say, let me talk, let me finish. I didn't mean to stop you from talking or finishing. Apologies if I did.
We got to say what we needed to say anyway.
Okay, so I shouldn't worry if you say that. I should let it go. That's cool.
Well, at least at least I expressed myself. I mean, if somebody else did that, you have the right to say, "Excuse me."
Yes, you do. You do. I just want to. I want to use proper etiquette. That's why I'm asking about it. I'm not just like saying I know what you meant. I wanted to make sure everything's cool.
But I just want to say that your microphone is working very well, and
like too well, eh? got 10-4. Got
Oh,
it. Let
you
me
have
turn
a
it down.
microphone. He has
The
a
old
microphone.
microphone overworking.
That's why.
The hyperactive microphone.
Yeah,
Hot mic. Hot mic coming through.
When I talk to him off the air, if he's in his car, I can't hear anything but like a loud.
That was a piece of paper that I did. What?
That's what
It
that
was a
was?
bag. You said it sounded like construction was
Sounded like
happening in the car.
construction. I couldn't hear anything. It was like I had to hold my ears.
Sorry, I apologize.
And it was.
What kind of mic do you have?
I've got a hot mic.
It's very good.
Yeah.
See, my mic is in the webcam. It's built in.
I don't have a
All right, it's been a pleasure speaking to you about shaved vaginas. Thank you.
All right.
I didn't know what else to say
And-
about shaved vagina. The only thing
And murders, unjust
that
murders.
was different. Talking about murders. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got away from manscaping and ball cologne, so that's
Wait a
cool.
minute. You know, a ball cologne? Yeah, scrotum deodorizer. You know what's a good subject? You guys like old horror movies, like the old B movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You horror movie fans? And,
Actually, I like even better the C movies.
the
For
what?
cunt?
The C movies.
For
Instead of the B movies, yeah.
Are you talking about like porno? See, cunt?
No.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. Yeah.
You mean
Or the
R?
Z movie that's a pile of manure and they call it a movie.
No,
You mean
no,
like
I
a
didn't say
R?
that. I did not say that, man.
Like R-rated? Like R-rated?
I know, but I did. That's the good news. Right before I checked out, I'm getting it in there.
Do you remember? You know what? I know sequels usually suck compared to the original, but
Like Behind the Green Door 2?
it could be any sequel, but like with The Exorcist, the last one was actually good because it was about the Zodiac killer. Exorcist.
That was in the 70s, right? The Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, it was. Exorcist 3 had.
That was bad. I started watching it. I stopped it.
Oh, you don't like it?
No. All right.
George.
Good day talking
It's
with
been
you.
real,
Usual.
Mick.
Okay.
Ronnie, thank you for letting me mic work and everything.
All right,
Appreciate
yeah.
that.
Yeah, man.
I just have a hot mic.
George C. Scott.
I'm loud and clear.
Yes. And Exorcist 3.
Thank you, Mick.
Thank you, Mick.
Good to see you all.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you in cyberspace.
Cheers. Good night. Bye.
Cheers, bro.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl Messias.
Daryl never said where in California he lives.
Yeah, what town are you? Where are you near? What major city are you near, or what small city or are you near?
You say he's in Northern, right?
Yeah, are you near like Carmel, the ones I mentioned, Gilroy, Monterey? Where exactly are you?
California, man. I never visited California.
I keep on saying he's from Northern California, but he might not even be.
Oh no? Why do you say that?
I don't know. He's 40
40
miles from Sacramento. That's the state capital. That's north central, right? Sacramento is like it's like north central or central. It's I know it's central. Yeah, California. When you go east of the Pacific Coast, it's a lot of wildlife. Because the loaded with mountain lions, a lot of mountain lions. Even Hollywood, up in the hills, there's mountain lions.
There's a lot of wildlife here in Florida. You'd be really surprised, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, a Florida panther is a smaller version of a cougar. But the problem is those damn Burmese pythons. See, he lives near the Sierras. Yeah, I was right.
We live.
I was right.
Where's that?
The Sierra Madre, the Sierra Mountains.
That's you?
No, it's Paul. I might as well.
Hmm.
I'm tired, but I might as well send him the link. Paul Mantia.
Yeah. Rock and Paul.
Rocket Paul. Oh,
Salud.
thank you. Rock and Paul. Rock and Paul. Tweet.
Rock and Paul from Brighton Beach, right?
Brighton Beach, yeah. Rock and Paul. Tweet. Twiddly tweet. Oh, Rock and Paul.
Brighton Beach is close to Fire Island.
No, well, Brighton Beach is.
I mean, I'm sorry,
Coney.
Coney Island.
Coney
Coney Island. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
Brighton Beach is Coney Island.
Coney Island, yeah.
And
I don't know why I said Fire Island.
Brighton Beach is all.
It's all Russian.
Oh wow! Look who he's near. He's right over the border. He's a couple hours
Oh, there you go.
west
There you
of
go.
Reno, Nevada.
That's probably a nice area, right?
That's Lake Tahoe, Reno, Nevada, Sierra Mountains. It's very beautiful. Sierra Mountains, Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where he is.
You get the dry heat over there, right?
Yeah, dry, nice, cool
You
weather.
don't, yeah, you don't get the humidity. It's a different kind of heat.
Yeah, well,
I've never experienced it.
rock
I've
and
never,
roll.
I've never
tweet,
never been there.
tweet, tweet.
You have, right, James?
I've never been.
Have you been to Nevada?
I've only been to San Diego.
Okay.
I've never been to any other Western state
Oh, okay. Why was it San Diego that you went to?
because I had a long distance relationship with this Mexican woman.
Hmm.
Nice and peaceful there. You know who's from Reno? Well, she's deceased now. Marianne from Gilligan's Island. Dawn Wells. And those cops that show Reno 911.
Mm-hmm.
That's if they're really from Reno. Probably not.
It's like a comedy, right?
Yeah. They're cops, but it's
I remember that was on Comedy Central.
yes. It's not as funny as it used to be. It used to be real funny.
Do they still make new episodes?
Yeah, they tried. They started doing it again, but it's not the same. You know how it is. Like,
is it the same actors?
like it. They can't come up with fresh new material, and then the storylines start getting stale and boring, and then
It's like The Simpsons.
right. You know that's why Jerry Seinfeld decided to end the show because
Seinfeld was a good show. That was
they
a
couldn't
funny
come
fucking
up with
show.
any good material. But
what they did come up with was good.
well, the last Seinfeld was pretty funny when they were in court. So
I don't know. I don't even remember.
I think they had the ability to continue.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, without a doubt. I think Jerry Seinfeld, maybe his wife was nagging him to end the show and spend time with the family.
Like Tom Brady.
Yeah, like Tom Brady. There's a story. You know who my favorite alpha male is? Al Bundy from Married
Western
with
Mike.
Children.
Oh, is Al Bundy an alpha male?
Oh yeah. Did you ever
Yeah.
watch the show?
Yeah, I like that show.
Oh, he's alpha.
He's a shoe salesman, right?
But he tells it like it is, man. He's like he lets it all. He don't care who he offends. You know.
Al Bundy. And then there was a killer, the serial killer Bundy, right?
That was Ted Bundy.
Did the show, the comedy, they took the name from the killer? That's how they got the name?
Yeah. I don't know if they call him Bundy because of that, but yeah.
I heard that in like
you know what?
It's like an interview or something. They said that.
You know what adult cartoons still has great storylines is the South Park. South Park is not.
Is it still new? making new
Yeah,
ones?
they're still making new
Yeah,
ones.
really?
And they're
Wow,
great.
man. It's been a long time.
Yeah, every one of them is great,
I
and they got
remember when
better.
South Park first started, and it was like a revolutionary, like cutting edge cartoon. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. 9 years old, I think.
And you know who else I watch? And because they're coming out with new Beavis and Butthead, I watch them also
That's not gonna be the same, you know.
Uh,
That's not gonna be the same.
on Comedy
Yeah,
Central.
they're doing a remake of that, Beavis and Butthead. Can't do that.
Oh, why? The ones I've been watching are old reruns, you think?
No, I don't know. Where have you been watching it?
On Comedy Central.
On Comedy Central? They're probably reruns. I would think so.
They're occasionally mixing in Beavis and Butthead with South
Yeah,
Park.
so it's probably the reruns from the 90s.
Those guys are too much.
Yeah, it's a funny show.
It is very.
I used to watch James. I watched that show when I was a kid, man. I was just a little kid.
Oh, it really is fucking. You know, it reminds me of I think the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, it was, and that was around the same exact time. That was like 1997, something like that.
Now, Paul tried
Paul
to.
Anthony Mantia.
Paul Anthony Mantia tried to call me.
Tried to call you.
On Facebook.
You should call him
Messenger.
back. You should call him back.
I gave him the link.
He doesn't
I
want
gave
a
him
link.
the
He
link,
wants,
but
he
he's
wanted
not
to
looking
talk
at
to you on the phone.
so he hasn't seen it yet.
What did he call you?
But he hasn't seen it. He probably wanted to
Called you
tell
to
me.
the Messenger app.
Who knows? He's got so much drama going on with him in his life. But
He was
he's got
suing
good news too.
somebody, right?
He's got great. Yeah, he's got big lawsuits. His clothing.
Oh, he was suing the FBI. He said.
He's suing the FBI.
Good luck suing the FBI, man.
He's not going to sue. He's not going to win against the FBI. No, the FBI is working on his behalf.
No, he said he's suing the FBI.
Oh, he changed his mind. Hold on. Daryl Messias going to be doing any Friday shows while Ron Terrio takes Fridays off for Lent. Oh, is that why he's not doing Fandango Friday? Because of Lent? I knew he was a devout Catholic. I just didn't know he was that devout. No, I won't be. I can't find anything different to bring on a liquor show. I think I've brought just about everything that I can find. Unless I find something different. Oh, he's doing the fish fry. That's right. He helps out with they do a fish fry every Friday. That's right. He does a Thundering Thursday. That's it. That's why he did Thundering Thursday. I don't want to bring something on a show that I already did a review on. That's the problem. But when I find something that I never brought on the show before, I could do Fandango, but the problem is he has the following. For the liquor show, Ronald Terrio has the following.
Does he have to give you the blessing to do the Fandango Friday?
That's all right. No, he's doing fish fries, Daryl says, every Friday. But that's why he does the Thursday show. But yeah.
Doing fish fries? Is that what it is?
I had to. I'm taking medication, so I had to cut out the hard liquor. But as far
you don't join most of the shows now. Right?
Not anymore. No,
I don't see you anymore.
Because it got expensive, and I can't really drink hard liquor with this.
What about the Wednesday ones?
No, they just They don't.
You're not, you're
They
not
just stare. They just stare at me. They don't say anything to me.
no, not. I'm not talking about Eric. Ron's show.
Oh, that's a theme-oriented show. You have to go out and get
Yeah.
what he says you got to
You
get.
don't like doing that?
What am I gonna? How am I gonna get it? If I can't get it, I can't get it.
Sometimes he just does like regular beers you can get in any store.
I don't know. It's expensive. Open forums on Friday. Oh, that's a long time ago. Yeah. You know, like
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean it's so long ago. I don't even know if we did it. Like a wild card Friday.
So Daryl Macias is a long time fan, huh?
Yeah.
Real long time.
Yeah. You know, and as far as beer and wine, and you see, with Fandango Friday, he should add wines.
Yeah, I would join if he did that.
Like
I would join that.
wines, which could include hard cider.
Okay, yeah.
Dessert wines, which include port and sherry and
Yeah, sherry.
you
I remember he did a sherry show.
because just to have
Remember that? Remember that one?
yes, because he started off having it only liqueurs, and that was a problem because
No,
there's
yeah.
only so many liqueurs out there,
Mhm.
and not a lot of people don't like them. So then
I don't like them.
then he added hard liquor. Now that's gotten played out. Every hard liquor imaginable between Fandango and his Dawnbusters, every hard liquor imaginable was already shown. So what's left? So
But that's him. That's not you.
no, that's him. No, because Daryl's asking me, you know, well, the both of you, do the liquor show, do the liquor show. Well, there's reasons why I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Ronald. It has to do with the topic.
The topic at hand.
At hand. Now I could do if I come up with an idea to do
Mhm.
another.
You can do your own show.
If I can do, like, if I want to do 2 shows a week and just have a different type of theme.
Mm-hmm.
What
would the theme be? That's the question, right?
It could be physical fitness, nutrition, and pro wrestling.
Okay.
It could be that.
I don't think Mick would want to do that one.
No, Mick likes professional wrestling.
You think he'd be okay just talking about that?
Yeah,
Not
but-
switch.
yeah, but
Want
he's
to
gonna-
switch
he's
it
gonna
up to
go
talking
off
about
talk-
girls?
Yeah, but he's gonna go off talking about pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's gonna go from wrestling into
Yeah,
vagina.
that's his thing, right? You see, that's all he wants to talk about.
He should make his own porn movies. He should be like.
Maybe he has. Who knows?
You know, so see, that's the whole thing. I think that with pro wrestling and giving fitness advice, I think we could build a following. It's possible.
Sure.
But what would be a good day?
What are you gonna call it? That's the question.
Either Friday or Sunday
Are
afternoon.
you're gonna name it after the day, right?
Sunday afternoon. Sunday, you think
So-
Sunday afternoon you think will be better, or is now Friday night? I watch too many shows.
No, I think you should do something during the week. Monday to Friday. So Wednesday you're not gonna do, right?
What
But
about,
like Thursday might
about
not be
Tuesday or-
bad.
Tuesday
What
or
about
Thursday?
Thursday? That's a pretty good night, I think, to get something in there at nighttime. It's right before Friday. I don't think that's too late. Rampage is over at 11
that's
o'clock.
too late. I'll be tired.
Yeah.
After Rampage, SmackDown Rampage, Now, what about Sunday afternoon, being that football season is over?
Are you gonna switch this show though, or
No,
keep?
no. Leave.
Because that's what this show used to be. The time slot that this one was at, right?
Right. And I decided that the Saturday time slot is better. Now, if
So
I
you
do
like this Saturday?
for this
Yeah.
for this show. Now, what do you think?
What's the difference between the two shows?
You think a lot of people would be busy doing family stuff at Sunday at 3 p.m.?
No, but what's gonna differentiate the show from the one that was the previous night? You know, like you're just gonna put the
Well,
same
it's
show
not
out.
gonna be, there's not going to be politics and serious subjects. It'll be sports. It'll be
Sports. So
sports,
you wanna do a sports show?
pro wrestling talk, sports.
I mean, if you want to do a sports show, you gotta watch the games. You know, so what sport are you gonna talk about?
You know how many articles there
No,
are
but it's
about,
not an art. You can't. It's not about articles. I think you should actually watch the game if you're gonna talk about it. You know.
Yeah, you got a point. Oh, you mean like when Raymond watches the game before he writes his newspaper column? He's a sports writer. Oscar Madison was a sports writer on The Odd Couple. They
Yeah,
watch.
they watched the game, right?
Yeah. 3 p.m. Sunday is way too early.
That's 12 o'clock.
California. That's like
California.
noon. That's like 12. Well, it's 12 noon or 12 noon.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. So
Unless
it'll be
forget about sports. Now, if you want to make a comment about something that the Yankees shouldn't be doing, that they made a mistake doing, you
or
want
maybe something that's good. that
or
they did.
something good that the Yankees are doing, Brian Cashman is doing, like either a compliment or a rant complaining about them, you could throw that in with the pro wrestling.
But it's mostly pro wrestling.
Like I'll give you an example. I was on Instagram, and one of the guys. No, it wasn't Instagram. It was YouTube. One of the guys was asking me questions about how to take care of a certain pet, exotic pet.
Oh, drunken one?
Or
was that guy?
No, somebody.
Oh.
I don't even know. And he was having issues getting bad advice off the internet, and I was telling him what I knew about how to take care of it. And then there was another person that had no luck with air plants. Like I have air plants, and they grow on trees in the rainforest. They don't grow in soil. And so many airplanes died on them. And I told him that I've had much trial and error, and I lost a lot of airplanes myself. They died on me. But I learned through research how to take care of them properly. Now they're doing great.
Good.
So if somebody wants to ask me about how to take care of a certain, like a lizard or a certain scorpion, or I mean, I'll give different advice. Or somebody has any fitness questions.
That's good.
Because there's a lot of misinformation out there when it comes to exotic pets and plants, both. You know, there's too many people that think they're experts.
What about snakes, James? Like exotic snake?
Well, my brother-in-law is this big snake and tarantula collector. Snakes. What people are doing now is they're ordering frozen rodents and baby chickens, and they keep it in the freezer. And they put let's say they put the mouse or the baby rat from the freezer into hot water. They let it thaw out, and then they dangle it in front of the snake. The snake eats it. But you can't you have to be comfortable having those fucking things in your freezer.
Yeah.
You know, you can't like be.
Would you be comfortable with that?
No.
No.
No, like, but he has a separate freezer in the basement. You know, he's got upstairs.
So you have to have more than one freezer.
Right. He has the nice refrigerator with the ice
Yeah.
machine. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then he's got the big freezer in the basement. If something's on sale, you know, my sister wraps it in butcher paper and writes the date and puts it in. But then he has a section where he's got the rodents, the frozen rodents for the snake, for the snakes. He's got 3 of them. You know, but I know that they keep them on aspen shavings, which is a type of pine that's not non-toxic. And you don't have to feed them all the time. The older they get, the less they eat. Most, even tarantulas and scorpions, they eat a lot more when they're younger, and then when they reach adulthood, they start molting less and eating less. So, you know, there's other topics we can cover, but you know, it's something to think about. Yeah. See, I didn't know Mike was out. I thought he was home, but I don't know. Was he home?
Yeah. No, he was. When he was on camera, he was at home.
Oh, I thought he said because then he mentioned a bar. You mentioned he's getting.
Well, he had the same background that he's always had in his videos, which is at his house, right? That's where he lives?
Yeah. Well, why did he say that he was at a bar? He just stepped out for some air.
I guess he stepped out and then he walked to the bar.
I have no idea. Anyway, let me see if Paul.
Oh, what's up with Paul? Well, you should call him on the however he called you. Give him a call back.
Well,
and then
yeah,
go
but
from
you know
there.
what?
You know.
If he comes on, I'm gonna fall asleep during the show.
Well, he might be able to show his shirts and all that shit. That'd be cool.
Oh, my ass. My ass hurts from sitting so long. Oh,
You know those shirts that he's got. What's the design?
the tie dye.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Oh, he's on another call. You know what? Let me wrap it up. Thank you, Daryl Messias, Masumi, Bart Robinson, Michael Goldsmith Hilton, Mick Von Raven, Ronnie S. I guess I remembered everybody.
Tommy Carroll.
Tommy Carroll, there you go. Tommy Carroll. I think I covered everybody. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have an enjoyable Sunday and have a equally prosperous
A prosperous week.
Yes, and don't forget, March 1st is Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday, and then what happens in March is I go and I get the huge corned beef brisket and a cabbage.
St. Patrick's Day.
And I save it for St. Patrick's Day, and then after I gorge myself, I have corned beef sandwiches for the next 2 days.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up, man.
With spicy brown mustard.
Now, do you go out for St. Patrick's Day, James? Do you do the?
No, because nobody has all you can eat anymore.
But you want to eat a lot, huh?
Yes, I make my own.
I mean, one sandwich is not enough.
No.
Corned beef and cabbage sandwich.
No, I don't put cabbage in it.
You don't?
I don't.
You can.
I eat cabbage. I love cabbage, but I don't.
If you cut it up,
I don't.
You can actually put it as slices in the sandwich.
I don't put it in the sandwich. You mean like coleslaw, like
sauerkraut? Exactly.
Like
coleslaw.
I mean sauerkraut. Like
sauerkraut? No, not like sauerkraut.
No,
it would be more like coleslaw.
I don't mind eating the cabbage on the side. I just like corned beef. I like hot pastrami too, but I like corned beef probably better.
Then the cabbage.
Oh, so you think a wrestling show would be
Yeah,
a
well,
good?
Daryl's a big wrestling guy. Yeah, he always
All
always
right. Well,
comments. So.
let me know if Sunday afternoon is good for you, Daryl. And
Sunday afternoon. What would you can call it? Wrestling at noon.
well, I have to think of something clever.
Yeah.
Something hopefully that rhymes. Now, Daryl, I don't think you're that shy, but if you want to come on, if you want to join us on video, and become part of the panel, think about it. I know Bart Roberts said he
Definitely.
wanted to be part of the panel, but then he changed his mind. And Fart Doctor, I don't know what happened to him.
Well, the Fart Doctor is that's Jason Cleveland.
I told Jason Cleveland, he started laughing. He says, "No." No, Ronnie. Yeah, I hope Ronnie can do it.
He'll tune in. Yeah, I can do it. I can definitely do it.
Yeah, not this Sunday. We can give it a shot next Sunday. At next Sunday.
Right, how about right after the Stout Sunday show? Immediately following.
Too early.
Early, yeah. Well, it would be like 11:30.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'll
too early.
No, I'll be having coffee at that time. I'll be groggy. We can do it of course not Easter Sunday, but we can do it.
No.
We can try for next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
The Sunday after Easter.
When is that Easter fall? What date?
It's April something.
Yeah, no, I don't want to wait that long.
Well, it's a long time. It's not coming up. It's not going to be like next week.
Yeah, no, we could do it. We could do it next week if you guys are available.
Yeah, I'm in, man. I'm down. Talk like wrestling talk. Yeah.
Well, I could promote it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. So you got to go on Ron's show on Wednesday and talk about it there.
If you're going to be on the booze show for Wednesday,
I'm probably not going to join the booze show, but you can.
I gotta go get one of his.
So at the end of the show, when he comes around and lets you do your shout outs, you plug your show.
Well, when I do the show, it appears. When I set the show up, it appears at the top of my my.
Yeah, but if you say it on Ron's show, he's got pretty good following, 20 people at a time or whatever. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see what you say.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those guys, they see my activity on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Because of all the times I did shows with
Ron,
Mr. Terrio, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let me just think of a catchy name, and we'll give it a shot. It wouldn't hurt to give it a shot once.
It's got to be like a tongue-in-cheek name.
Yeah, it has to be clever. It has to be maybe a little comical.
Do you have any suggestions, Daryl?
No. Yeah, I'm a little sleepy now, so my creativity is not at its peak. Sensational Sunday? No.
Is it Sunday or Saturday?
No, Sunday. Sensational
Sensational Sherry. And it can be a show. We gotta bring Sherry.
She's dead.
Sherry.
Oh,
Sherry.
Sherry.
Sherry
oh,
wine.
the
Yeah.
wine. Sensational Sunday. Or just old school wrestling and wrestling.
It has to be something with an S.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Sad Sack Sunday.
No.
Spectacular.
Spacious.
Yeah, I don't want people to think it's an adult-oriented show. You know, the beer is squashing my creativity.
Oh no.
Yeah, the old father time is squashing my creativity. I have to finish the rest of my Chinese takeout. I got hot and spicy eggplant, chicken with eggplant and garlic sauce. I'll knock that off.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it is good. And roast poke, fried lice. Sometimes I get shrimp fried lice.
Pork and shrimp. What about the chicken?
Chicken's tender.
Chicken fried rice.
They must marinate there. If you order any meat from a Chinese takeout, they must marinate all that meat because it's like buttery soft.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. It's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's like their own style though. You don't get that somewhere else. Another kind of restaurant.
yeah, like for
Yeah.
instance,
Yeah.
hey, food is a good subject to talk about too. Like the spare ribs. The
Mhm.
spare ribs, they put this sauce that makes it red. I don't know if it's hoisin sauce, but then if you get spare ribs at an American barbecue restaurant, it's not red.
Yeah, and it's not as good, right? Which one do you think is better?
Well, the Chinese they don't cook baby back ribs. They cook the big Fred Flintstone, brontosaurus.
Yeah, the Fred Flintstone one.
Yeah, the giant ribs.
Yeah,
And there's something
the
about
Brontosaurus ribs.
the one that knocks over the car on the Flintstones.
The Brontosaurus.
Yeah, that was a Bronto rack of ribs.
Yeah.
And it's red, so there must be the sauce they put on it
Mm.
because it's very red. So I
Okay.
think it's I gotta ask my Chinese friend maybe, or I can just Google it. It's sometimes
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
easier to Google things.
It is, yeah.
Everything comes up on Google. But like talking about food preparation, I mean, or we can just make it a advice, an alpha male advice oriented
Mm-hmm.
show where we can teach guys how to cook that don't know how to cook. We can cook
Oh,
about
maybe
wrestling.
BC can join again.
BC.
Remember he had the barbecue?
Yeah, then he stopped.
Yeah.
Then he started putting his pork loin in the crock pot. It looked like shit. It was like, well, it looked like an embryo or something.
Shit.
But I only understood when BC was on Ronald's show not too long ago. I only heard one thing. He said 98% out of 100. I couldn't understand anything else he said. He was like, and then he starts having a coughing fit, and he told me what it was. He says, "Oh, that's a smoker's cough." I says, "So you can't converse without turning your microphone off and coughing your lungs out because you know it's from cigarettes. Well, I says, well, what does that tell you?
It's affecting your life.
He might
Right?
he might have emphysema
He
really
might.
bad, or he might have worse and not even know it. You know. So I says,
Yeah.
have you been to a doctor, specialist for this? He goes, nope.
No.
Oh well, and then if you try to have an intervention to help somebody, they get mad at you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, you get mad too.
You know, she says,
If it was
well,
you.
I'll quit when I'm good and ready to quit. Well,
Yeah,
guess what?
it's gonna get defensive, man.
Yeah, he says, well, I'm not ready to quit yet. I'll quit when I'm good and ready. I said, okay. No,
Mhm.
I didn't argue with him. I said, okay. You know, Jason says, oh, the poor guy, he's a ticking time bomb. You better help. I says, listen, I'm not going to
No.
argue with anybody.
You can't help him. He's his
Grown-
own man.
He's a grown man. I says,
He's his own man. He can't, you know, he can't have another man
he's younger.
telling him what to do.
He's younger than Jason. He's younger than Jason. He looks like he can be Jason's father. and he's younger than Jason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's younger than Jason?
He's not even 50 yet.
How old is Jason?
Jason is like in his 50, like early 50s, I think.
Jason's not in his 50s. Nah. He's not that old.
Brother Messiah. Now, you're near Reno. Where's your Western hat? You should get one a nice.
He should be Western Daryl.
He should get Daryl. Yeah,
Like
Daryl,
what? Like Western Mike?
Get one of those black wool felt like a Zorro hat, like ones that are flat on top. It would look really, really good. Oh, you probably of BC's beard. He looks Western Daryl.
Western Daryl? Yeah.
Or
Western BC.
yeah, those get
Because BC is actually
get one of those
Midwestern.
nice black Western hats with the ones with the the fancy metallic hat band, the really nice ones. I don't know what the hell you call them. It's metallic. It's got a real nice hat band on it, and Western Daryl.
Western fucking Mike. Western Daryl. I like Western Daryl better. I think that sounds.
Oh,
it has a better ring to it. Western Daryl.
You can be like that character Dusty Rhodes played, the Midnight Rider. Daryl, the Midnight Rider Messiah. I am the Midnight Rider. A derby. Yeah,
What's
you know who
derby?
used to wear the derbies in the top
Oh,
hat?
the hat?
The Indians used to wear them with the big feather in it.
Mm-hmm.
The Midnight Rider, Oliver Hardy.
Oh man.
A derby.
All right, James. I think I'm gonna run.
Yeah, I'm gonna close up shop. I'm gonna close up the shop. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, Daryl would look pretty good in one of those black hats. That's for sure.
Yeah, he would. Yep.
The Midnight Rider. Remember when Dusty Rhodes had the mask on? He had a
No.
loser leave town match.
He wore a mask.
And he had a loser leave town match with Kevin Sullivan.
Mm.
And they cheated, and Dusty Rhodes lost because they cheated. So he had to leave town. So he came back as the Midnight Rider with with a mask, and he says he was from Diablo Canyon,
Oh, shit.
Colorado, you know. And
Did
they
you see
played,
when Hulk Hogan did that?
and they played the Midnight Rider, the song, you know.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Hulk Hogan did that, and he said he was Mr. America. And he came back with a like a luchador mask
You
with
remember the
like an American flag on it.
the machines, the
The
super,
machines, yeah,
super
yeah, I've seen
machine,
that. Like
the
Machine
giant,
1 and Machine 2.
yeah,
Right.
from the island of Tuyu, Japan. I don't even know if that exists. The island of
I
Tuyu.
didn't know what the name of it was.
Andre was the giant machine. He was supposed to be
A
Japanese.
giant, and there was a Hulk machine, right?
Yeah, they were all people knew who they were.
Yeah.
And they said they were from the island of Tuyu. So it was funny. The territories were very amusing. I mean, it's incredible. They were funny as hell. And Jesse Ventura says we were responsible for creating our own character and doing our own promos.
That's good.
We didn't have people telling us verbatim
Telling you what to say.
exactly word for word what we had to say.
Right.
You know, so that was. But anyway, bye everybody.
All right, guys.
Take care, Daryl Messias. See you guys. I guess next week. It's Friday, Sunday. Bye bye.